You are about to experience the Drunken Peasants podcast, the greatest podcast in human history. Please recognize that this podcast is designed to be amusing and entertaining, and thus we engage in satirical comments, exaggerations, and even dirty jokes. If you are offended by such things, please go away and die. If you enjoy this podcast, we ask that you help to support its existence by contributing to our Patreon at patreon.com/DP. Contributors get regular access to monthly private shows, special commentaries, Google Hangouts with the peasants, and more. If you don't want to do that, you can also support the show by visiting audibletrial.com/Drunken Peasants to get a free audiobook and access to over 150,000 audiobook titles, including great selections on science and skepticism. And if you shop on Amazon.com, we strongly urge you to use one of the Amazon affiliate links in the description section of our videos. You can help support the show simply by using our link to buy things you were going to buy anyway. Now that we've got all that shit out of the way, sit back and enjoy the show.
Coming to you live from the frigid armpit of America, this is the Drunken Peasants podcast with Ben and TJ, bringing you opinions of the news from an altered perspective.
Fuck it! Hey, man. You got a joint? No, not on me, man.
I don't have facts to back this up.
It'd be a lot cooler if you did.
What the fuck you talking about, atheist? It's okay.
You're nothing, TJ. You're garbage.
I just want to be light.
You're garbage.
And now, here are your hosts, Ben and TJ.
We'll do it live. We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. Fucking thing sucks.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Drunken Peasants podcast, episode 189. I'm Ben, the only drunken peasant that actually matters.
Smoke weed every day.
And actually the only one that's here right now, believe it or not. Scotty's not here. I'm sure you can guess why. And TJ's not here because he has a bulbous hemorrhoid hanging out of his ass that he can barely sit on. So I think the bananas finally did some permanent damage. But don't worry, I'm here with Scotty Cena, and we will have TJ on the show via Skype, along with some other guests that will be joining us. So I'll bring them on right now. God, they're trash.
What's going on?
Hello.
Hello.
How's it going, guys?
It's going good. How have you been?
Awesome. Good, good. It's good to be back. It's been so long.
Yeah. Let's see here.
Tacos.
Tacos.
Tacos indeed.
Am I sharing my camera? I can't tell.
I can't see you.
Okay.
God, TJ, you ruin everything.
Shut up.
Shut up. Okay, there you are.
Yeah.
I know everything. All right. So there you are. Everyone can see you now.
Sweet.
So what's
Can
the
you
status?
Oh, yeah, there we go.
I was just going to say, what's the status of your ass right now, TJ? Can we get a full report?
Yeah, if you want. My ass hurts. Status over. It's fucking. This Buick LeSabre is writhing around in my guts, man.
That's a good
you
start to the show.
Did you come back and steal my hat? That you
No, this
gave
is
me?
a new one, actually.
Oh yeah, there's some red in there. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. It's a cooler one.
Yeah.
I'll give you one of these next time I see you.
Sweet.
Keep
And we-
getting free hats.
TJ, say hi to Shirt Guy. He's been waiting for you to notice him.
Hey, Shirt
on.
Guy, how you doing?
How's everybody doing?
I'm doing good. Other than my
Very good,
ass
Shirt
being
Guy.
a fucking volcano of torment. But, other than that, I'm cool.
TJ's volcano of torment.
That sounds depressing as fuck.
What do you think caused the hemorrhoids, TJ?
Oh, okay.
I don't know. It's either from taking massive shits or from sticking things up my ass. One of the two.
Yeah, I was thinking it was one of the two, or maybe both.
Yeah, could be a double whammy. I'm pretty sure it was the shit thing because I bought a fucking squatty potty, and for the fucking first time, like, I had a real fucking turd because usually it's a bunch of fucking like nuggets about this size.
Yeah,
But it was
yeah.
like, it was a fucking continuous, ongoing turd. So I'm pretty sure that, that there's a turn in my colon that's just a little too sharp, and I have to do the squatting position to get that shit, get the runway clear to land. And shit.
We actually played a Squatty Potty ad for Stupid Ads quite a while back, and we laughed at it. But now, sounds like you're an endorser of the Squatty Potty.
Yeah, I gotta say it works. I took my first real shit in a long time.
It was like rabbit turds before.
No, it was like a rabbit turds from a fucking 200-pound rabbit, maybe. Each one was like this. Each turd was probably like, I don't know, the size of a fucking. Trying to think of a fucking analogous fruit, bigger than
Poop
a cherry
balls.
but smaller than an orange. Yeah, they were poop balls, literal poop balls.
That's
What
awesome.
they were. Yeah,
That
that's pretty
explains
awesome.
everything.
Oh yeah.
TJ, I
So
guess
Shirt
we.
Guy.
Oh no, go on,
Yes.
TJ. No, go on
no.
with Shirt Guy.
I was just gonna say, I respect Shirt Guy.
I thought you were gonna abuse him.
No, man, I would never do that to Shirt Guy. I love Shirt Guy.
Thank you, TJ.
He's like a god among men.
TJ, Scotty Cena's here. You missed him.
No, I see
Can
him.
you see him?
I see him.
Yeah.
There. Yeah, I see him there. Hey, Scotty Cena, how's it going?
I don't know. I think he's pretty pissed off.
Is he upset? Shit. You please don't fuck my ass right now, Scotty Cena. Give it some time.
I think he will.
I can beat the fuck out of you with the bottom of my little finger.
No, that's bullshit. Come on. We all know if Scotty could take you on, I could take you on.
Scotty ambushed him.
Yeah, Scotty fucking... But Scotty was able to fuck his shit up, so I don't know. Scotty Cena's tough talk really doesn't ring true anymore.
Wow, he's super mad,
I fucked your wife, I fucked your daughter, and I fucked your son.
Holy shit, that's below the belt, Scotty Cena. You're attacking my family. You're attacking my family right now. That's low. Can't believe that. You want to fuck me? That's fine. I'm a grown man. You want to come beat the shit out of me and rape me in the ass? That's your right as a man. But you leave my wife and my son out of this, and my daughter too.
TJ,
leave
we
them
might
alone.
we might as well make the announcement about the meetup so everyone knows.
All right,
Now-
so the meetup date has been changed to the 15th. It's going to be on the 15th now. We're going to announce the venue next week after Monday. We do have a venue, but it's going to be the 15th from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. Just heard a big-ass fucking
I just heard that
thunder
too.
explosion outside, man.
I just heard that too.
It's like, boom!
Yep.
God himself is getting pissed about this podcast. Well, it makes sense. Bunch of fucking atheists yammering on. Ben, you ever seen that episode of Star Trek where Data goes to that fucking planet and he lost his memory and he's on some primitive like planet that's kind of like in the Renaissance sort of,
Yeah.
and he ends up accidentally poisoning people with radiation from these rocks and shit, and he has to go. figure it out, and he figures out like he basically surpasses their science from scratch, just by the virtue of being who he is. But the thing about it was there was a scientist in their time who was basically talking all that kind of like Socrates shit about the four elements, and actually there was more Plato shit, I think. But she sounded so sure of herself, and she was a scientist and shit. I wonder if maybe that's gonna be how people look back at us, like we thought we knew it all, but we were a bunch of fucking primitive retards.
Possibly.
Maybe there is a God, Ben. Maybe Christianity has some good points. That's all I'm saying, man.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying.
I think we're losing TJ here.
By the way, something
have got to him.
The amazing Christian.
Something TJ forgot to mention. If you want to RSVP for the meetup, there's a link down below.
Yeah.
RSVP there.
RSVP. Let us know if you're coming.
It'll turn into the Drunken Peasants Christian revival.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna baptize some people.
Seriously though, we're gonna get a venue that's gonna have a stage where we can act like fools, and there's gonna be a bar, so we're gonna get trashed. And yeah, I mean, come on, how the fuck would you want to miss that?
Yeah, we're gonna meet at a bar. It's a bar. We got a bar, and we're gonna get drunk at the bar. All of us. Everyone's gonna drink and be drunk. It's gonna be awesome.
Especially TJ.
People are gonna buy me drinks, and I'm gonna get drunker and drunker to the point where
he'll need a wall to stand.
Yeah, I'll be a danger to myself and others. It'll be amazing. You'll love it.
Well, we have someone here who's witnessed your drunkenness.
That's true.
I was way too fucked up to notice how drunk anyone else was at that point.
Yeah, that's true. Because everyone was pretty fucked up for the most part.
Yeah.
It's a good
Amsterdam,
time.
man.
We're the drunken peasants, man. Drunken peasants. You know what I'm saying?
Do you think the LA meetup is gonna top Amsterdam?
It's so different.
We'll see.
Yeah.
See if the LA
for
fans can fucking make that shit happen. I mean, well, there's not gonna be any legal pan, but will pan be there?
Of course.
It probably will be. I'm not saying I'm gonna bring it, but someone's gonna fucking bring it. Come on, it's gonna be a good time.
I'll be disappointed if they don't.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I just heard the thunder again, TJ.
I didn't hear it this time.
Shit.
You were scared a little bit. Oh, now I hear it.
Yeah,
I
can't.
I think it's still slightly delayed from when it gets to you and me.
I can't believe it's almost Christmas Eve and we're having fucking thunderstorms.
Yeah, it's so weird.
Oh, that sucks.
It's so weird.
I mean, it's better than what normally would be going on right now.
Snowstorms.
Yeah, we'd be driving through fucking 2 feet of snow to go do the show. We'd be like, yeah, let's go to Ben's house. It's usually a fucking nice little easy 10, 15-minute drive depending on traffic and shit, but if there's snow, you might be on the road for 20, 25 minutes just trying to get there.
Wow.
Absolutely.
You should just stay there at night and camp.
I ain't staying there. I'm going back home. By the way, this jersey that I'm wearing right now, Ben gave this to me as a Christmas present. This is the fucking Columbus Blue Jackets jersey.
The greatest hockey team in NHL history.
They're a dynasty.
They're such a dynasty, they've never won a championship. In fact, they've never even been to a championship. So there you go.
They know the championships are bullshit,
Yep. They don't need that.
That's selling out. That's selling out to the fucking man. They don't need that pressure, that hassle.
Blue Jackets own your ass.
That's why they're the best. They do have a really cool logo, better than most sports teams, even if it's a little bit heavy on the patriotic shit.
Well, it actually is the Ohio flag, and the Ohio flag is the same colors as the American flag, but that's but that's what that is.
Yeah, man. I feel you, Ben.
Yes.
All right, so we got like some videos and shit, or what we doing?
Oh, we got all sorts of videos up in this bitch, TJ. All sorts. All sorts of fucking videos up in this bitch. Are you ready?
Yeah,
Are you ready for some videos? Are you ready?
Let's go all up in this bitch.
Ready.
Are you
Shit
ready?
is going down.
TJ, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. Troll or not a troll?
I just saw a weenie. So basically what happened was
Yeah, sorry about
I
that.
was talking to my online friends. I have lots of online friends. I'm popular on the interwebs.
Troll.
But I wanted to know what they look like, because if someone doesn't, you don't see what they look like, So, I'm guessing by his voice, I'm really good at guessing. He's probably around 20 something, maybe. But I was gonna say, like, I wanted to know what he looked like. So he went and he sent me a link to this dirty website. I forget the name of it, but it was really bad. He said to click on this link and search up my name, and I clicked the link.
And I saw the weenie there.
That is very dramatic. Whoa.
It was a weenie.
All right. So
Troll.
Troll. Everyone says
Yeah.
troll.
Yes, troll.
Have you seen our videos on the show before?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, troll, bitch.
That was easy.
It wasn't anything but the word. It wasn't anything but interwebs that did it.
Interwebs,
Yeah.
It's like no one says that legit, so definitely a troll. That's like some George W. Bush shit.
It was a weenie. All right. We're going to start with news today. Here is atheist nativity display removed from Texas Capitol.
Finally.
Nativity display is something you often see during Christmas, but this one is gaining a lot of criticism.
This was a really indecent way to promote an agenda.
This photo is a rendering of the exhibit, which features the Bill of Rights in a manger surrounded by 3 founding fathers and the Statue of Liberty. They're shown worshiping the document rather than Jesus Christ.
How's that offensive? I mean, like, it's not even some, like, in-your-face, fuck you religion shit. It's just,
It's
like...
not even atheist. It's just, like,
yeah, it's more like...
nationalistic or something.
Yeah, it's more like some patriotic shit.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I'm not about religion. I'm about my country instead. That's not
It's
even...
not like a
it's not
burning
offensive.
Bible or something.
I don't even see how it could
Burning
be considered
cross.
offensive. Yeah, if it was like, someone stomping on Jesus's fucking head or something, like, fuck this shit, or, someone, like, pissing in the manger, I mean, might have a point.
If it was done
need some
6
of
months
those.
before, they wouldn't object to it.
Yeah, that's
In July
true. Like, if
4th.
That is a good point. Yeah.
they wouldn't give a shit, they'd be like, oh, that's some good patriotic art.
It had been placed in the basement rotunda of the Capitol on December 18th. On Tuesday, Governor Greg Abbott ordered it be removed, something that religious rights group Texas Values agrees with.
If you want to promote the Bill of
Texas
Rights,
values.
that's something I can totally back up. But to do it in a way that mocks the Christian faith is not only historically inaccurate, but is not going to be in direct public interest.
Governor Abbott sent a letter to the State Preservation Board saying they have
Public
no
interest.
obligation to approve.
What do you mean public interest?
That makes no
So that
sense.
You're saying that it's like in the public's interest for Christianity to just have free reign and any other idea be censored? That's in the public interest? That seems weird.
I was like the founding fathers and the Statue of Liberty. How is that against the public's interest?
Yeah, I mean, like, it's so weird because it's the kind of shit they normally would be, like, jerking off to, basically. Oh, America, yeah, yeah. Oh, Ben Franklin, oh, the Constitution, yeah. Normally they would love that shit. But when it's done in lieu of Jesus, they're like, no, this is offensive.
I think it goes to show anything that's not just Jesus and the nativity scene will be offensive to the Christians at this point.
Hey, I just want to let you guys know, it looks like we're lagging really bad right now, and it could have something to do with the storm that's going on. But Let me see.
They call me Black Jesus.
Give me one moment here. Yeah, everything's lagging really bad right now.
I think Shirt Guy is probably causing us to lag.
No,
He's
I
always
think
doing this shit. I think it's the storm.
Yeah, I'm not gonna end our call. All right. Let's see. Can you guys still see and everything?
I still see. Yeah, gym
All
ass
right.
shirts.
Holy shit, this is not going very well. Whatever the fuck is going on here. Holy shit. It started after I heard thunder strike really loud over here. Let's see.
Strange, because
Looking good so far. Things working again. We will take this opportunity, since it's up on the screen, to talk about gym ass shirts. What the fuck? How the fuck?
303 sold.
oh god.
And then 93 of the other kind. So Jim Ass has sold almost 400 fucking shirts. Oh, hold on. Oh, fuck. Your fucking volume is unbelievably loud. All right. All right, TJ, just do a quick sound test.
Sound test, oh yeah, testing the sound.
Fuck. Okay, hold on. Oh my
Fuck,
god.
okay, hold on.
There's just
Give
a
me
lot of
lyrics to the
problems
song.
going on.
Too many problems. Bugs Bunny is dead.
All right, talk, TJ.
Talking. I am TJ. I am now speaking.
All right. I got that.
The power
Okay.
of speak. Cool.
All right. So, yeah, how the fuck did this many Jim Ass shirts sell?
I don't know, man.
That is
something's
insane.
wrong. Something's wrong with people. Shirt guy, you buy all the shirts. You should know what the fuck is going on.
I haven't bought any of these yet.
What?
I got one. I got the white
All
diner
right, so
t-shirt.
apparently the fucking what we got to do is we got to run all the shirts designs by Shirt Guy, and if he's not interested, that means it's a good shirt.
Did any of your other shirts sell as much as these?
The original, probably.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
But that's been going for so long. This is only like, I don't know.
Jim Ass just knows his shirt design, man. We underestimated Jim
Cracked the
Ass.
secret.
Oh, by the way, earlier today, the Drunken Peasants, including Scotty, who of course is not here now, lazy ass fuck, but he was with us earlier when we did our commentary of the movie. You know, we did our special movie commentary where we watch a movie and basically give it the MST3K treatment. We watched Egghead's family's movie, which is called Canyon Trail. And actually, the trailer is on YouTube, so we could even watch the trailer maybe, but it's terrible. It's fucking horrible. We didn't even... every movie we've ever watched on here before, we finished.
Oh,
We
God.
did not finish it. We just decided about 2 hours into watching this piece of shit, we're just like, you know what? This movie's over. I don't care.
2 hours.
2
How long is
hours. It looked like there was like 30 minutes left on it.
Yeah.
Wow.
They made some Lord of the Rings length movie that is horrible. It's horrible. It's the
What was it
acting-
about?
I don't fucking know. The acting is terrible.
What's
It's
it
a bunch
about,
of-
TJ?
It's a bunch of old fucking... Here's the plot. A bunch of old fucking white men who can't even fucking walk are portrayed as these badass gunslingers who are gonna go fucking rescue some girl from some villains with some bad convoluted plot. And it's horrible. It's everything.
So it wasn't even bad enough to be good, it was just bad.
Yes. There were some
God.
scenes that were funny, but unintentionally funny.
I see,
The actual attempts at humor in the movie are so lame you will cringe till you die.
I see Blood Axe here. He has some, what is it, 1664?
Oh yeah. There's a Cronenberg going on here.
So someone gave me some of that in the park in the UK when we met up with the fans there. Someone handed me one of those. Yeah.
It's a pretty big brand here. I don't know if you have it over there or not. But, oh really? Huh? Yeah, it's French, I believe.
Yeah, I think so. Or Belgian, maybe.
Fucking disgusting.
No, it is French. Yeah.
Faggots.
Is it?
Yep.
All right, so the nativity scene thing, do you want to get back into that, or do you want to just skip it since it kind of fell apart with the technical
Yeah, let's
issues?
just do something else. We said what needed to be said anyway.
All right.
I don't know if people heard it with the weirdness, but we already did it, so let's move on.
Teacher's like, let's move on.
Well, you fucking asked if we should move on or stay. I'm giving you my piece of shit.
All right. Here we go. This video is Trump mystified that refugees own cell phones.
Yeah, that is pretty weird.
And I have as big a heart as anybody here. I have as big a heart as anybody. It's like with the migration. Help them. Let's do something. But we can't let them come over, almost more importantly than anybody. Did you see yesterday the big story about the cell phones and what's on? They have ISIS flags and all sorts of beheadings and crimes on pictures on their cell phones. First of all, why are people in a migration having cell phones? That was the first question. It's sort of strange. Who's paying for those cell phones? Where are they coming from? Who are they calling? These are people
ISIS and taxpayer dollars.
ISIS is paying for the cell phones, obviously. Fucking ISIS. We all know.
Does he expect them not to have phones? Like, phones aren't that expensive nowadays. Anyone can own one.
Yeah, this ain't like, 1991 or something where people who have cell phones must be rich.
Yeah. Who's paying for them?
Where do they get cell phones? Who pays their monthly bill? What do? Don't they get billed by the phone company or something? How? I asked that. A friend of mine said, they have flags. And he was talking all about the ISIS flags. And also the beheadings on the phones, everything. So but I said something different. I said, how come they have cell phones? And he said, wow, I never thought of that. You're right. How come
I never thought of that.
You never thought of it because it's a stupid idea.
Right.
Like, those people have jobs when they live in Syria. They feed their families, they work, they can pay for a fucking cell phone.
No, they live like animals. They live like animals.
Oh,
you don't see a fucking chimpanzee with a cell phone, do you?
It's basically saying that, yeah.
Yeah.
Letting them come
fuck
in,
those chimps
and
need a
if they
cell
are
phone.
here when I get here, they're all going back. They have to. They have to. They have to.
Yeah!
They're going back. So we're going to build a wall, and Mexico is going to pay for the wall. They're going to pay for it.
What? How is he gonna? How does he propose we make Mexico pay for a wall?
We'll be
Like
like
what-
Mexico, you seen what happened at Hiroshima? Pay for the wall, bitch. That's pretty much the only thing I could think. I mean,
And I love.
you're not gonna. I mean, they're not just gonna be. Trump's not just gonna go over there and sweet talk them into building the fucking thing.
I love Mexico, and I love the Mexican people, and I have thousands of them that work for me, and they're incredible workers with incredible spirit, and they love me. And I'll tell you what, in the state of Nevada, they recently did a poll, and I'm leading with the Hispanics, and everyone's saying, oh, that's because I'm going to produce jobs. I'm going to take our jobs back from China and Japan and Mexico and all these other places. And you know what? The Hispanics that are here legally and that went through a process, Those people are all, they're for me because they don't want their jobs taken. They don't want their house taken. They don't want to be overrun by people pouring across the borders.
Oh, yeah. Most
Enlightening.
people, everyone's for Trump. Everyone's for Trump. I know
Yep.
Shirt Guy supports Trump.
Is that true, Shirt Guy?
No, it is not.
Why not? Why don't? I thought you did. You told me you did in private. Oh, was that like a private thing? You didn't want people knowing that? Oh.
Was that when you guys were spooning?
Yeah.
Who's the big spoon? I know you're bigger, TJ, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you have to be the big spoon.
Shirt Guy is very insecure. You know, he needs a lot of reassurance, so I'm usually the big spoon for him.
I see. Every now and then you'll switch it up, though.
Maybe a little, but you know, shirt Guy, you know, he's basically a bitch. So
when you want to just be held, you know.
Yeah, Shirt Guy. If anything, Shirt Guy wants to cuddle too much. That's the real problem.
Oh, you're needy like that, huh, Shirt Guy?
Yeah, you know, it's like, come on, let's fuck already. He's like, no, just hold me a little longer.
God, what a needy bitch.
I know, right? That's why I'm always giving him shit on the Drunken Peasants, you know, because that's the shit he pulls every time he comes over.
I hear him giggling like a schoolgirl, so there you go.
That's funny.
All right, so next video. Palin identifies with Ben Carson's struggle to master policy, idiosyncrasies.
I think she relates with his struggle to speak coherent sentences, too.
And to be likable.
Hey, some people like those fucks. I don't get it, but
yeah,
they do.
All right.
Sarah, Dr. Ben Carson has been a favorite among conservatives, but lately he's dropped in the polls. What would you advise him to do?
Oh, I so admire him and his intelligence.
Oh, I so admire him.
I love even JD, his innocence, if you will, and I say
if
that
you
with
will.
Aw, he's so innocent, so pure.
I like how he looks like he's high all the time. His eyes barely open like mine. So that's one thing that I have in common with Ben Carson. Me and him
You're
both
both very
have
soft-spoken too.
very squinty eyes too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm way better though. I should be president.
You're a little less crazy. You're more qualified. If I had to choose between Ben and Ben Carson being president, I would definitely choose Ben.
Yeah, but you would choose him for brain surgery, obviously.
I would, yes.
Yeah.
That is true. Good point.
not jaded and tainted, it seems like, with that political process that, man, it's brutal, isn't it? I mean, it can just wear...
It's like, why the fuck does he need to be president? I mean, he's already proven that he's pretty much found his calling in life. Why does he need to do a job that he's in no way qualified for? Go back to being a brain surgeon, motherfucker. All right.
He doesn't even have any good opinions to bring to the table.
Yeah.
Hey, yeah, he does. That's subjective, all right? Come on. You don't...
you down, and yet he is still he still seems to be able to take another step forward. Yeah, it's a tough road in front of him, but as long as he keeps being candid and speaking truth and not letting political consultants or those around him who would ever want to kind of change his message, just not let anybody try to shape you and mold you into something that some consultant wants you to be, that's a big mistake. But it is...
Oh, I wonder if she's speaking from experience there.
Sarah's smart, come on.
Tough jumping up there on a national stage when you hadn't been there before to really dig into the idiosyncrasies of some of the issues and the details of some of our, especially foreign policy.
Idiosyncrasies.
Yeah, what?
The idiosyncrasy. Yeah, I mean, I guess that kind of, I mean, maybe makes sense. It depends. I don't know if she used it right, but it seemed like, you know, fuck it. She's just fuck it. Fuck it in the ass. Fuck it in the mouth. You know how it goes. Sarah Palin's fucking retarded, though. But, you know, idiosyncrasies, maybe she just means, like, the nuances of a policy, you know?
Yeah. I think idiosyncrasies.
She didn't even say the N, really. She said idiosyncrasies. That's what caught my ear.
Policy issues. So it's a long, hard road in front of him, but you know, I just have all the respect in the world for Dr. Carson.
Well, you know, it's interesting, Sarah, because I believe you used the word innocence with regards in regards to Dr. Ben Carson. That's aligned with integrity, and yet when it comes to Hillary Clinton, polls have shown a majority of Americans see her as dishonest and untrustworthy. So with that in mind, really, do you think she can win the presidency?
Wow,
Yeah.
you're making a really good point there. That
What? Wow, that softball question you just gave me, it makes a really good point. Hey, you know that fucking person that all us conservatives hate? What do you think of them? I hate them. Wow, so insightful. Thank you.
that comparison, Dr. Carson is the antithesis of Hillary Clinton because of that integrity, the ethics, the honesty, the candidness, the trustworthiness of Dr. Carson versus that political establishment that has been, just part of creating these problems and then blaming other people, never being held accountable, and still trying to buffalo voters into, choosing them, pretending that they're going to do.
How would racist conservatives handle a black conservative president?
I think that's the reason it never happens, though. Like, it always kind of seems like it's threatening to happen, like Herman Cain and Ben Carson, and then they're just kind of like, nah,
yeah,
I don't think we're going to go that route.
Anything different than they've already done to get us into the mess. So, talk about the antithesis of Clinton would be Dr. Carson.
Yeah, you already used that one.
I think if Americans do their homework, if voters look into what it is that that Hillary Clinton
do their homework. Hold on. Isn't this the same bitch who, when they asked her what newspaper she read, she was like,
Yeah.
Like, she couldn't even fucking think of a bullshit one. She couldn't even be like Wall Street Journal and Washington Post. And
do you remember, what do you think of the Bush Doctrine? In what respect, Charlie?
The Bush Doctrine? In many respects, I agree with the Bush Doctrine. In other respects, maybe I don't. I don't know. Let me go find out what that is and then get back to you.
Yeah.
I'm surprised she's not supporting Trump. She seems like a perfect match to.
I'm sure she will
get behind her. But, yeah.
Yeah, they'll support whoever makes it.
That's true.
Supported in the context of everything that Barack Obama has been a part of in growing government and creating this less secure, less sovereign nation of ours, fundamentally transforming it. Hillary Clinton was by his side.
It's a less sovereign nation?
Yeah, I was about to wonder. I'm wondering, how are we less sovereign exactly?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even really see much government expansion under Obama. Maybe there's been some. Sure, he's a Democrat. That's kind of what they do. But less sovereignty. How?
Yeah, I don't get it.
In what way do we have less sovereignty now?
By the way, this is definitely a screenshot right here.
That's that's just like something you say, and then other people are just supposed to not question it and just be like, "Yeah, less sovereignty."
Yeah,
like,
we're basically a Mexicanada-ico.
Mexicanada.
Whatever.
That's us, man.
Yep.
We got no sovereignty no more.
Yep.
U.S. used to be sovereign, but now it's like you can't even tell us from Canada. We're like the same. Canada basically owns us. We might as well put Justin Trudeau on the fucking $5 bill.
That would be hilarious. And the Queen, the Queen would have to go on our money too then.
How about just Queen, like with Freddie Mercury? Could they go on the money?
I
would support that, fucking put Freddie Mercury screaming his lungs out on the fucking, one or something.
Well, Freddie Mercury was an American, so I doubt that they would put him on the money.
It was in spirit. He liked freedom.
Yeah, man. He fucking sang "We Are the Champions." I mean, you know, they use that at tons of American sporting events, so that makes him American. We need to fucking get that shit going on. Let's see more of Sarah.
She was shining his boots. So no, if people will realize that, then no, they will choose the antithesis of Hillary Clinton.
Yeah.
So Hillary was shining Obama's boots? Was she using her tongue? She like, yeah. Obama's like, yeah, lick that bitch. You want to be president? You better lick the boot.
Wow. So Freddie Mercury was born in Zanzibar, now part of Tanzania, and his religion was Zoroastrianism. Just a quick fact.
That's the ancient Persian religion.
Yeah, so I think he was Persian.
I think his family had some roots, at least religion-wise and tradition-wise.
Whatever, put him on the fucking $20 bill.
Let's see what
he's Iranian, goddammit.
I wonder what his real name was. Oh yeah, it's Farouk Bulsara. That was Freddie Mercury's real name.
Yeah, that's a Persian name.
Yeah. So there you go, TJ.
It's quite weird.
You want to put on someone who's basically Iranian on U.S. money.
Yeah, I'm gonna start a
traitor.
I'm gonna start a White House petition to do that. Actually.
Well, if we're gonna do that, just put the Iron Sheik on there.
Yeah, the Iron Sheik can be on there too.
But actually, he was. Yeah, that would be fucking hilarious. I would love that.
Yeah, he pretended to be Iranian for some reason.
Or was he? I don't even know. He was from Iran, and then for a while they made him pretend like he was from Iraq, which was insane.
All right, okay.
But
close enough.
During Sergeant Slaughter's heel turn.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they made him pretend like he was. They called him Colonel Mustafa, and they made him
Colonel
pretend
Mustafa.
Like they made him pretend like he was from Iraq, and I mean, like Iran and Iraq were at war for a while, so it's kind of crazy that they had him do that.
Yeah.
Damn it, Ben! This jersey you got me is too hot.
Fuck. But yeah, back to Freddie Mercury. Yeah, he wasn't Iranian though. He was just Persian.
No,
because he wasn't born in Iran. So.
Nope.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just put Ahmadinejad on the 20 then.
He's not even the president anymore.
Whatever,
No,
he's the last one I remember the name of, and I took a long time learning that name, so I'm gonna say.
Why don't we just put Ayatollah Khomeini on like all of our money?
Sounds good to me. Let's do it.
There we go.
In Allah we trust. In Allah we trust.
All right.
Now, but let's play this out.
Insult Islam.
Ted Cruz becomes president. One of the Supreme Court justices kick it. And he says, I want you to be the Supreme Court justice.
Okay, you hear this? Glenn Beck is daydreaming.
He's daydreaming that he's going to be a Supreme Court justice?
I think that's what he's getting at. He says, okay, when Ted Cruz is president... one of the Supreme Court justices kicks the bucket.
And then Glenn Beck is the new Supreme Court justice?
I don't know. You should at least be a lawyer and understand the law if you're going to be a Supreme Court justice.
Is he? Maybe he's talking about his guest on the phone.
Let's see. Maybe. Let's see.
What do you say?
Okay, yeah, he's talking to his guest.
Okay, I'm like, what the fuck?
Any lawyer, certainly I don't know any law geek who wouldn't be highly flattered by even a hypothetical like that being asked. And I would count myself among those who would be highly flattered by something like that. I'd be very grateful. We'll see what happens.
Can you imagine, Mike, at your age, how the left would react to you being nominated for the U.S. Supreme Court? I mean, you could have 50 years on the court, and I think they would just be delighted with that.
These guys just sit around and jerk each other off. Glenn Beck's show is so fucking disgraceful.
Yeah, man. What if you became the Supreme Court judge? Oh, yeah. I'd be very flattered if that were to happen in this hypothetical scenario. I'd have to think about
those liberals. Those liberals would be pissed, man.
You could piss off even more people if you fucking nominated like a neo-Nazi or
I don't
something.
think I would be their first
and you
choice.
just piss off everybody.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I will tell you, I have had a conversation with Ted about you and others, and I've said we need people like Mike on the Supreme Court, but I don't think anybody
I want to
has
be
the
like
guts
Mike
to say they'll look and they'll triangulate. Well, who can I get on? Where the left just doesn't move.
No.
And he just smiled at me and he said, "Well, I have the guts," and I believe him. I believe him. So I'm hoping to see you in robes someday.
Oh, yeah. I'm hoping to see you in robes. You can come to my house, and after we fuck, you can wear my bathrobe. Oh, it pissed the liberals off so much. So much.
All right. Here's some bad news for Bernie fans. It looks like Clinton is starting to destroy Bernie Sanders in the polls. But this is according to a CNN poll, and there has been evidence in the past that CNN is questionable with their polling tactics when it comes to Hillary.
Hillary's going to win. She's just too evil. Evil always triumphs over good. That's how it works.
Happened before the debate Saturday night and afterwards. Before, her lead wasn't that big. She was 45-37 against Bernie Sanders. But in the interviews taken the night or the morning after the debate, 60% to 27%.
That's a huge shift. And that happened right after a debate. So,
yeah, man. Hillary won that debate, dude. I didn't watch it personally, so I don't know.
I do want to watch the next one because it's pretty crucial at this point.
It's probably just gonna be Hillary no matter what. So it's like, fuck it.
I don't know, man. She's been beaten before.
I'm gonna go vote for fucking Bernie Sanders, but fucking Hillary.
Yeah, when is that? We need to find out when the primary is here.
I could check right now.
All right.
Ohio.
It's disappointing if Hillary wins, though.
TJ's computer setup at his place is fucking insane. he's got like this gigantic fucking computer and like this
March 15th. That's when they're gonna happen.
March 15th.
Yeah. I'll show them the size of this damn thing.
Yeah, it's a fucking gargantuan computer, and the monitor. What is the monitor? It's like.
Oh my god, that is massive.
It's a 4K screen.
It is. There's my computer over there.
Neat.
Yeah.
Perhaps this should be digested
Low-tech
over at the
cribs.
Democratic National Committee. They schedule very few debates. They're airing them on Saturday nights.
That's been my point the whole time.
Yes.
She's a good debater.
She's a good debater, and she does well, and she's
a master debater.
Shores up her support, surely in the short term among Democrats, but then also she seems to be doing better because the issue set that voters care about that's in front of them right now, national security, they're of course in her wheelhouse. Looking at the issue of foreign policy, she tops
I think that probably
Sanders'
is
big
it,
trends.
honestly. I think it's just the fact that after the attacks in France, people refocused to more of a national security mindset, and they just think Hillary's better for that than some, crusty old socialist that's talking about economic inequality. So we're just going to let the economic inequality thing fester on the back burner for another fucking, probably 8 years. And then maybe we can roll the dice then and fucking actually do something about it.
The economic inequality is going to kill way more people than the terrorist attack.
It doesn't matter. They don't care. People
might
are just
even
more
happen.
scared of terrorism. They just fucking think, it
Yeah.
doesn't even matter what's rational. They're just like, I'm scared because there's terrorists, so I don't want to think no more. Just do what you got to do.
There are people.
This is why democracy sucks.
There are people that drive to.
72%.
There are people that drive to work and put their makeup on while looking in their rear view mirror while they're driving.
Yeah.
That don't even think for like a second that that's dangerous, but they're afraid of terrorism. Just want to point that out.
Yeah, those people kill more people probably.
Yeah.
In America, probably, yeah.
to 15%, and in handling ISIS, 63% to 18%. Jake.
Now, if you talk to the Clinton campaign and supporters of hers, they talk about how she can't wait to match up against either Donald Trump or Ted Cruz. But when you look at the poll numbers that we have and other polls and head-to-head matchups, she's not exactly setting the world on fire.
Be careful what you wish for. You're absolutely right. Within the margin of error when it comes to a matchup between Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump, she is besting him just by 2 percentage points. But she actually would lose, again, within the margin of error, but loses 2 points to Ted Cruz and 3 points to Marco Rubio. So you're right. She's not necessarily setting the world on fire. Another way to look at it is.
Wow, really?
Yep. So if you elect Hillary, you might end up with President Cruz, man.
Or President Trump.
What?
Yep. It could happen.
How can she be ahead of Trump and behind Cruz, though? That makes no sense. Because Trump is ahead of Cruz.
Yeah, but you know, Trump's main support is like the fucking far right fringe of the Republican Party, which just happens to encompass more and more of their party with each election cycle. But the mainstream Republicans still would prefer someone like Ted Cruz or Marco Rubio. I mean, I know from talking to my fucking conservative stepdad that those are the two guys he likes.
Must be an interesting conversation, you guys talking.
he likes Cruz, and he likes Trump, but he just doesn't think Trump's electable. So there's probably a lot of conservatives that feel that way as well.
Well, people feel
That's a
that
good
way
thing.
about Bernie.
I mean,
people feel that way about Bernie, and that's why they'll choose Hillary.
Yeah, it's the whole electability thing.
Yep.
And there's a loud.
What'd you say?
Oh, there's just a fucking really loud thunder thing outside.
I just heard it.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's fucking crazy storm tonight.
Yeah, a thunderstorm in December is unheard of here.
It's really weird.
Yeah.
Global warming, man.
It's really quite bizarre.
This is a divided country, and no matter who is at the top of the ticket, it's close to 50-50 right now, and it's going to be a battle. And that definitely will be the case if Donald Trump is the nominee, no matter what they think in Democratic circles.
So there you have it. Let's see. I have this 7-minute mashup of clips of Hillary Clinton lying. It's called Hillary Clinton Lies to America.
Sweet.
Would you like to watch that?
Yeah, she is a lying bitch.
It's like over her career. I mean, some even go back as far as the 70s. Here we go.
I'll be right back, guys.
It is destructive, particularly for a Democrat, to be discrediting universal health care by waging a false campaign.
He does eliminate the Affordable Care Act, eliminates private insurance, eliminates Medicare, eliminates Medicaid, TRICARE, Children's Health Insurance Program.
We don't eliminate Medicare. We expand Medicare to all people.
Since when do Democrats attack one another on universal health care?
Wow.
Since you, bitch.
Yep.
Back in 1994, you said that momentum for a single-payer system would sweep the country. That sounds Sanders-esque, but you don't feel that way anymore. Why
Well,
not?
the revolution never came, and I waited.
They even managed to buy off old foes. For her silence, Hillary was rewarded, and she became the second largest recipient in the Senate of healthcare industry contributions.
Oh, well, obviously that's a Michael Moore clip right there.
Yeah, but that is true.
Yep.
Was the time anyway.
Well, the revolution never came.
The revolution was bought off.
Well, in addition to the NRA, the health insurance companies, the drug companies, the health insurance companies, the drug companies.
Hillary takes millions in campaign.
I never took a position on Keystone until I took a position on Keystone.
We're either going to be dependent on dirty oil from the Gulf or dependent on dirty oil from Canada.
As president, would you sign a bill allowing the Keystone XL pipeline?
If it's undecided when I become president, I will answer your question.
What?
I don't want to take a position now, but if I am forced to at some point, I will. You can trust in that, at least. Like, okay.
That helps in no way. Like, they want to know so they can decide if they want to vote for you or not.
Right, it's like, I'll decide, elect me
Yeah.
first, then I'll tell you what my position is. Like, what? Holy shit.
Secretary of State Bill Clinton gives 10 speeches for about $2 million for a bank called TD Bank Investment Group.
Fuck yeah, Slick Willie. Give 2 speeches for $10 million. Yeah.
One of the largest shareholders in Keystone XL Pipeline. 3 months later, Hillary Clinton greenlights the pipeline.
I never took a position on Keystone.
Is he a traitor or a hero?
He broke the laws of the United States. He could have been a whistleblower. He could have gotten all of the protections of being a whistleblower. He could have raised all the issues that he has raised. And I think there would have been a positive response to that.
First of all, there are not that many channels for national security and intelligence whistleblowers. They are excluded from most avenues available to other whistleblowers. But second of all, Tom Drake and Bill Binney, Kirk Wiebe, and Ed Loomis did go through the proper channels, and all of them fell under criminal investigation for having done so.
Huh. Yeah, the whole Edward Snowden thing. Has Bernie Sanders discussed that at all?
He was kind of like, he wasn't too great either, but he was better than her. He basically said that, he probably should do some jail time, but the fact that he, helped expose something like that should be factored into his sentence and shit. But I just think he should be free.
People should not be afraid to come forward with that kind of shit.
The government wants them to be afraid to come forward with that shit. They don't want their dirty laundry being aired. There's nothing that's going to piss them off more. Of course they want Edward Snowden's head on a fucking stick.
When I left law school, my first job was with the Children's Defense Fund.
Well, Hillary Clinton's an old friend, but they're not friends in politics. We profoundly disagreed with the forms of the welfare reform bill.
By the time Bill and I left the White House, welfare rolls had dropped 60%.
Many years after that, when many people are pronouncing welfare reform a great success, we've got growing child poverty. The poor are suffering.
My first job was with the Children's Defense Fund.
Welfare rolls had dropped 60%.
I'm sorry to say what I thought would happen has happened. This was a blunderbuss. This was just an axe, a hatchet. 6 million, 2% of our population have no income except those food stamps. The food stamps is the sole thing that stands between them and being totally without any income.
Welfare rolls had dropped 60%.
Yeah, I think it's absurd to suggest she's a friend of children who are in need or families. This is a woman who, when her husband was governor, I first met her at that time when I went down to interview him for the Los Angeles Times, and he was starting his presidential run. And they were bragging about their welfare reform, which destroyed what existed of support for poor children in Arkansas. Then as president, her husband, with her full-throated approval, destroyed the aid to families.
Full-throated.
Yeah. What?
If he was getting her full-throated approval, he never would have had to sleep with Monica,
See what you did there,
children,
TJ.
which 70% of the people on that program were children. They destroyed that program, and we don't even have an accounting of poor children anymore. They're all off the radar.
He was going to give immunity to the only industry in America.
Hillary Clinton's
only
a lying
industry
bitch.
in America.
Fuck this reading shit.
Do you want to shield gun companies from lawsuits course or not? Just for the record, are you a progressive or are you a moderate?
I'm a progressive.
I take a backseat to no one when you look at my record and standing up and fighting for progressive values.
I get accused of
No,
being kind of moderate.
you're a fucking liar. Shut up. That's so dumb. That's not. I mean, like, you're gonna fucking pretend like you're some progressive stalwart or something. Like, yeah, I've always been the one standing up for progressive values unflinchingly. Bullshit. You change like the room temperature. Come on.
And her. I plead guilty.
Oh,
Well, why
bullshit.
do they make millions of dollars of campaign?
All right, we'll move on.
No, but her answer to this is great. I hope they would show the 9/11 thing, you know, where she's like,
Let's
yeah,
see.
9/11, that's what it's really about.
Let's see.
Contributions. They expect to get something. Everybody knows that.
I represented New York, and I represented New York on 9/11.
Yep.
So we were attacked. Where were we attacked? We were attacked in downtown Manhattan, where Wall Street is.
That has nothing to do with the question.
9/11.
What about our traffic
Here it is.
problem?
Oh shit. Should I even play this shit?
Nah, you gotta be careful.
Yeah, so we're going to move on. Let's see. Is Donald Trump above the truth? I don't think we've played this one. Let's see.
Want to talk about this with political commentators S.E. Cupp and Paul Begala.
Oh,
S.E.,
yeah.
You know,
Oh my God! I thought I had a big forehead. Shit.
Someone asked for SE Cup. Someone in our hangout asked why we don't play SE Cup anymore, so I found a clip of her. So here you go.
Yay! Thanks, Ben.
Thousands and thousands of people, of Muslims, cheering in New Jersey. That's what Donald Trump says he saw, despite the fact that there's no evidence that that video exists. Ben Carson says he saw it too. Does truth even matter anymore in this race? I mean, Trump says this stuff, his numbers go up. He says it again, his numbers go up more.
Yeah, truth is definitely the number one casualty of the Republican primary so far, at least when it comes to Trump and Carson. But
If you notice, there's no more cleavage from SE Cup anymore.
That sucks.
Yep.
Essie took away her cups. It's bad.
Yep. Yep. She's hiding
that was what you had going for you, Essie.
Yeah,
Come
I
on.
guess she had a kid. Maybe she's.
Well, then her tits should be even bigger, man. Fuck.
it's not just truth. It's conservative ideology. I mean, it should not be understated that Trump and Carson's solutions to many of our national security problems are to grow the size of government, to monitor and register all Muslims. Does Donald Trump think that takes 15 people? No, it's probably going to take 1,500 people. Dr. Ben Carson talks about monitoring IRS agents, monitoring college campuses for political correctness. It seems that growing the size of government isn't even a turnoff to their supporters. So whether it's truth, conservatism, big government, an affinity for big government, it really doesn't seem like there is an orthodoxy anymore when it comes to Trump and Carson. It's mostly cult of personality.
But S.E., then what does it say?
She's got like marks on her neck, like someone was strangling her. Is that what she's into?
Probably.
Don't judge, man.
Yeah, man. What the fuck? Why are you kink shaming, Ben?
No, I'm just asking. Is that what she's into? And is it like, with bare hands, or is it like with a belt? How does that work?
We need to ask her.
TJ would
Everyone,
know.
be sure to ask SE Cup what she's doing with.
Or maybe she
why-
wears a collar and has a leash.
Yeah, that's true. There's lots of explanations, Ben.
Yeah.
Don't jump to conclusions. There's plenty of
I'm jumping to
explanations.
conclusions.
Each one kinkier than the last.
I'm just thinking of all the possibilities. That's all.
It's true. You're right. You should be open-minded about this stuff.
Yep.
About the appetite of the Republican primary voter.
Well, it says that 35% of Republican primary voters really don't care anymore. But luckily, it also says that 65% or 60% of Republican voters are a little skeptical of Donald Trump. And that's a good thing. When someone like Ted Cruz or Marco Rubio, even if I don't agree with them on everything, are coming up in the polls in places like Iowa, I think that means that as people get closer and closer to the election time, they're getting a little bit more judicious.
Yeah, again, and not to hammer a point here, but we've been asking for months, when will it start to hurt Donald Trump? When will it start to hurt Donald Trump? But SE, that seems like the opposite, the completely wrong question. The question should be, why is it helping him?
Oh, I wish I knew. I mean, this is the magic elixir.
You don't know?
Trying
What
to
the
figure
fuck?
out.
Hold on. I'll explain it to you if you don't know.
Oh, wow. Screenshot.
Yeah, definitely. But what it is that there's tons of Republicans out there who are xenophobic, racist bigots. Trump is finally giving them the voice that they want. And of course they're going to vote for that. You know, the only reason it's never worked for anyone in the past is because anyone who said this stuff gets immediately marginalized. And, you know, no one wants to support them because it just doesn't even seem feasible. But now that there's a candidate that seems feasible, that has all of their backwards ass beliefs, of course they're jumping on that bandwagon. Why wouldn't they?
Also, every time Trump says something stupid, these big news stations give him so much airtime. Like for days, they just repeat what he said. So,
and you see the weak ass attacks that Hillary tries to throw at him, like he's ISIS's favorite recruiting tool. It's like, come on, of all the legitimate criticisms you could make of Donald Trump, you got to bring out the stupid ISIS card. Like, ISIS likes him.
Yeah, SE.
Putin likes him.
Make that face like you love it. Yeah, SE. Yeah.
Misogyny. I'm disgusted.
What is motivating folks beyond just the cult of personality to stick with Trump, to stick with Carson?
So, Paul Begala, before I let you off the hook for this, the issue of honesty and trustworthiness not seem to be a decisive factor in the Democratic race either, because when you ask Democratic voters about Hillary Clinton...
This guy is a huge Hillary shill. This guy with the gigantic forehead.
You know, honesty and trustworthiness, 60% say no, not honest and trustworthy, 36% say yes. So are Democratic voters, you know, suspending their desire for truth as well?
No, that's asking about a platonic ideal. In our poll, CNN poll out today, and the ABC News Washington Post poll also out today, she overwhelmingly leads all Republicans and all Democrats on the question of who do you trust to take on terrorism. So when you get to things that actually matter in people's lives, not some abstract, does any politician have good numbers?
Who do you trust to take on terrorism? Hillary Clinton. Why?
I have a question.
What makes her so great at taking on terrorism? What experience does she have in that regard? I mean, I guess she was Secretary of State, but she never fucking took down any fucking terrorists. I guess she was sitting in a room when they fucking went and got bin Laden, but it's not like she did it.
No.
I don't know. And why don't they trust Obama more on the terrorist issue if that's the case? Because he was in that room too.
This is totally unrelated, but I have a question. When these news stations do these polls, do you guys know how many people they include in their polls?
There's different demographics that they cover with them in different locations. So the polls can range from thousands to tens of thousands, depending on who does them.
It's pretty much been shown that you can get drastically different results on a poll just by what questions
you choose your sample.
Ask, what questions what questions you ask leading up, and how you phrase the question, and all sorts of other things.
Yeah.
That's a weird thing about polls, though. They don't have a representative sample necessarily, but people, when they see these polls, they're gonna say, "Oh, Clinton's more electable than Sanders, so let's vote for her instead of Sanders," which is not necessarily a good thing to base your opinion on, given that the sample might not be representative of the current opinion of the people anyway. I don't know.
No, I understand what you're saying.
But yeah.
She has worse than most, but you are sugarcoating the fact that her number is untrustworthy.
The only person who's worse is Mr. Trump, and he's in first place in his party. It's not that we want liars, John. It's that we want someone who can deliver for us. And Hillary is trusted on the things that matter to voters. It's a totally different thing, by the way. It's false equivalence to try to say that Hillary and her polling position is anything like Mr. Trump's. What Mr. Trump is doing is saying things that he knows or should know are false. And he's saying it to people who don't care. That's the difference. In the Republican Party, get this, Public Policy Polling, which is a Democratic firm, but still they released this poll in September. They found 44% of Republicans, 44, think that the president is not born in the United States, which is just false. 54 think that he's a Muslim. So it would...
Yeah, I can't believe we're still on that.
Well, remember we had Razor Fist on, and he said something. He challenged Obama's, birth. He pretty much indicated that he's a birther, and we all just kind of ignored it and moved on because it was so fucking ridiculous.
Razor Fist has some weird positions.
Yes, he
I mean, I kind of
does.
like him. He likes metal and he's kind of cool guy, but he's got some far-out ideas and gun control and these.
Well, yeah, I would say he's a right-winger when it comes to politics, for sure. So,
yeah, that would explain a lot.
yeah, so even though like we get along with him on a personal level, on you know, a political level, not really so much.
Yeah, which is cool.
Half of the party believes things that are factually false, and there's no amount of facts that can turn them off of that. Here's what's happening. The magic recipe is what Hunter S. Thompson said. It's fear and loathing. When you hate someone and you fear
don't name
something,
drop and try to
you
win
shut
me
off your brain.
over.
You stop thinking. And it happens often in this.
Hey, I know who Hunter S. Thompson is. I like this guy now.
Yeah, yeah. Hunter S. Thompson was cool. This guy said Hunter S. Thompson. That means I agree with this guy.
Country, and frankly,
All
it
of
happens
Hunter
more
S.
on the far
Thompson's
right. That's
coolness
what's
just transferred to this dude.
propelling Mr. Trump, and the more he pitches fear, the more he pitches loathing, the better he's going to do.
SD, does Paul have it right there? And if Paul does have it right, which Republican candidate can exploit it and how so?
Well, Paul is right that fear and
use that
pandering, I
dude's
would call it, are
Head as a film projector, you know, like something to watch a movie on that fucking thing.
IMAX 3D.
both particularly
It's
useful
got like a
weapons
70
for
millimeter head.
Republicans on fear, Democrats, I think, on pandering, and neither particularly healthy or inspirational for a political process. But look, for the Republicans not named Trump or Carson to make a dent, they have to convince people that not to be afraid. And that's just really hard to do right now when we've had terrorist attacks overseas and our government here preparing for maybe new terrorist threats here. That's just very difficult to do. It takes a special kind of leader, and we're just not really seeing that yet.
I don't know. I to some degree, I agree with what she was saying.
SE Cup.
You
I think
know
she's
it's
a robot,
bad
though.
when she makes sense.
Yeah.
That's how bad things have gotten. SE Cup is saying things that are not even that mockable.
This one says, Trump uses vulgar term to attack Clinton.
Did he call her
Hillary,
Clinton? Because
that's
I would
not a
approve of that.
There's down and dirty campaigning, and then there's this. Donald Trump using a Yiddish word for a certain part of the male anatomy to slam Hillary Clinton for losing to Barack Obama in 2008. And she got schlonged. She lost. I mean, she lost. But I watched her the
Got
other night. It was
schlonged.
hard. It was really hard.
Doesn't that just mean dick? Does that mean dick?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it does. She got dick.
Because there were a lot of other things on better, including reading
She
books
got
and reading
penis.
financial papers, which I actually enjoy reading. And that's not all. That moment in this weekend's debate when Clinton was late returning from the commercial break. Sorry. Apparently because nature was calling, that clearly grossed Trump out. I know where she went. It's disgusting. I don't want to talk.
Oh, yeah, women, they don't take shits. Never. That's disgusting.
It's disgusting. It is disgusting to think of Hillary doing anything, but especially
It's a French
going to the
vanilla
bathroom.
situation.
Yeah, Hillary had a French vanilla situation. She had to go. She didn't have time to
It's too
debate.
disgusting. Don't say it. It's disgusting. Let's not do it. We want to be very, very straight up, okay?
Then why even
But I
talk
thought
about
that
it?
was
You're
that
so
a
full
weird
of shit.
deal? We're ready to start. They were looking. They gave her every benefit of the doubt because, you know, it's ABC and she practically owns ABC. She really does.
She does? I thought it was
practic-
CNN.
No, she practically owns ABC.
I'm
all right?
pretty
she
sure
doesn't own
Disney-
ABC. She just practically owns ABC.
I'm pretty sure Disney owns ABC.
Disney's in Hillary's pocket, dude.
I see.
Yeah.
You know what they did? They took Walt Disney's freeze-dried brain and gave Hillary a brain transplant. All these years, Hillary has been Walt Disney.
You know, I'd probably vote for her then.
In a woman's body.
That is insane.
It's a good theory, though.
How did we not know? How we were so blind?
Their ruse was almost exposed with the whole Monica Lewinsky thing. You know, because Bill doesn't want to fuck Walt Disney no matter what body he's in. So, Bill was getting some ass, and then it leaked out, and everyone was like, what the fuck? And Walt was just kind of like, whatever. Everything's cool now. Don't worry about it.
Whatevs.
Apparently, I don't know if this is true or not, but it is on his Tumblr. Cody Weber, my old cameraman, says that he shot some photographs of Hillary. I don't know what the context of that was, but he said she's horrible. So I don't know if he actually had to do a professional photo shoot of her, or if he just went to a campaign event or something. But that's kind of interesting.
The bizarre nature of all that, Hillary Clinton's campaign responded with a response prefaced by insisting they would not respond. A spokeswoman saying, "We are not responding to Trump, but everyone who understands the humiliation this degrading language inflicts on all women should." Hashtag I'm with her. And Hillary Clinton herself took this not-so-subtle dig at Trump when a little girl asked about being bullied.
You are looking at somebody who's had a lot of terrible things said about me, and I am well aware of the fact that it's really easy to do that, and you just say it and you send it around the world.
Yeah, but you've held some of the most powerful positions in the world.
Yeah, I don't think criticizing someone as powerful as you should be considered bullying. I mean, I don't know if that's what you're trying to say, but if it is, no.
Secretary of State is a pretty big deal. That's a pretty powerful position.
It's not as powerful as doggy style, but it's up there.
Luckily, I'm old enough that it doesn't
Doggy
particularly
so
bother me.
Team Clinton also continues to say hell no to Trump's call for an apology for making a claim about Trump and ISIS that independent fact-checkers call false.
They are going to people showing videos of Donald Trump insulting Islam and Muslims in order to recruit more radical jihadists.
If Trump won't back down from his lies and Carly Fiorina can go up there and tell lies about videos she saw of Planned Parenthood, I don't see why Hillary should back down from her bullshit either. Apparently, just sticking to your guns on your lies is what gets you fucking elected now, so just never fucking admit you're wrong, even when it's obvious. Even if there's good evidence that you're lying, never fucking say you're lying. That's just that's the lesson to be learned from watching Donald Trump and Ben Carson and all these guys, and Hillary Clinton too.
It's terrible. Donald Trump is on video, and ISIS is using him on the video to recruit. And it turned out to be a lie. She's a liar. No, it turned out to be a lie. Turned out to be a lie.
5-year-olds arguing in the kindergarten.
Yeah.
She's a liar. Liar, liar, pants on fire, Hillary. You lied. You're a fucking liar.
And the last person that she wants to run against is me, believe me.
Sparring with Hillary Clinton, a common GOP enemy, is a way for Trump to try to solidify his frontrunner status among Republican primary voters.
It is very smart.
Even as one of his rivals is now nipping at his heels.
I cannot fucking believe that he's in the position that he's in. Ugh. Fuck. Wow.
America.
It's like him and Trump, that's like the puke milkshake or the shit sandwich. Which one do you want?
America. Fuck no.
A new national poll from Quinnipiac has Ted Cruz now just 4 points behind Trump. A big jump for Cruz to 24%. He was at just 16% in the same poll earlier this month.
Donald Trump said a couple of days ago that he thinks this race will come down to him and me. I think Donald may well be right.
Look at his fucking sign. It says trust Ted, but it emphasizes Ted. So it's like trust Ted. I get it. You get it?
Wow.
It's pretty fucking awesome.
He's trusted.
Trust Ted. Trusted. Yeah. Pretty sick. Pretty slick, I should say. Good old Cruzy. I love him.
You love him?
Yeah, we should go to Ted Cruz. Everyone should go to tedcruz.org and donate to Ted Cruz. Help his campaign out.
I wish we could tweet him something that he thought was in support of him, but really was just like a troll, and get him to retweet it. That'd be fucking hilarious.
We should come up with a Ted Cruz related hashtag that is sarcastic, but he will think it's in his support. I'm sure someone in the chat will come up with something good enough. And then every Drunken Peasant fan should tweet it to him.
We could just try to spread the rumor that NAMBLA supports Ted Cruz.
We do have enough people, to start something.
Like NAMBLA for Cruz 2016.
Yeah. NAMBLA officially endorses Ted Cruz. We just like him best.
Yeah.
No particular reason.
NAMBLA. Yes. I want to give everyone oh, here we go. I want to let everyone know there's a poll right now at the DP Wiki. If you guys go to the link in the description, you can vote on your favorite Drunken Peasants segment. Go there and let us know which segments you enjoy the most, because that helps us figure out what we should do more. Right now, if you go there, you'll see Storytime with Paul is the #1 segment, and then Crazy People is #2, and then all the other segments are listed in there. So let us know. DP
Let us
Wiki.
fucking know, fuckers. Yeah.
All right, moving on. I believe this is Josh Fuckstein with his red one.
Sweet.
Hey guys, what's up? Josh Furson here. You know, the other day I had somebody say, how can you believe in a God that you cannot see? Well, interesting, because you show up to a murder scene and you believe in a murderer. Why? Even though he's not there anymore, you see the evidence of him. The same thing with God. Even though we cannot see him with our naked eye, we can see the evidence of him. Now, I understand what you're saying. You want to be able to see God or understand why you can't. Well, let me break it down for you scientifically. The first thing that God does is he says, I am light. I mean, think about that. Out of the very mouth of God, he says, let there be light, and there was light. Before there was ever even a sun, there was light, because God is light. Now think about this. He has angels of light, sits on a throne of light, lives in a kingdom of light. The Bible says he cloaks himself in light. Now, if God is light, then now we see what Albert Einstein was saying when he said E equals mc squared, which means energy equals mass times the constant of the speed of light, which means that if I throw mass at 186,000 miles per second, the speed of light, now it becomes energy. And now Albert Einstein says you won't even age.
No, that's so wrong. Oh my God. As a physicist, I have to object.
Yeah. I don't think we've ever talked about what you study. So what exactly do you study?
Well,
what do you do?
I did my undergrad in physics, and now I'm doing a master's in cosmology. So it's more astronomy now, but I've done some physics in my undergrad.
Cool.
And yeah, that's total bullshit.
If he throws that remote at the speed of light, it turns into energy, yo. So wait, if God is made of light, does that mean that God is also limited to the speed of light? Like God can't even travel faster?
Must be. So God can't do anything. He's not all powerful. Turns out.
Yeah, God's a pussy.
Josh for
at the speed of light. Now you understand why God has no beginning or end, because he's not subject to time, because he is traveling at the speed of light, because he is light. Now, here's why you can't see him. Do you realize that you and I, we have a finite understanding of what we're able to see. Between 300 and 700 nanometers on this infinite spectrum of light, you and I are able to perceive things that fall within the parentheses of 300 and 700 nanometers. Now, if God cloaks himself in light, that means that he lives on a different wavelength of light that
oh my God.
and I can.
He's like on a
so
different
scientific.
That makes no sense.
You don't understand, because you're not on the same wavelength, man.
You have instruments to measure those wavelengths. We could still measure God if he given light in those wavelengths.
No, man, you don't get
No, you idiot. It's on a different wavelength, dude.
Man.
It's not like normal light. It's like light on a different wave, man.
Yeah.
You gotta transcend this reality. Look beyond the fucking ether of
It
this.
sounds like a hippie
man.
on LSD at this point.
G-Time Johnny.
Yeah. He's talking the language of G-Time Johnny now.
Don't be a fucking word slave.
Not comprehend, which is why the Bible says don't focus on the world that you can see, but focus on the world that you cannot see, because God lives on a light spectrum that is outside of the 300 to 700 nanometers that you and I are able to perceive. And yet look at Jesus. When Jesus shows up, he says, I am the light of this world. What he was saying is, I am God manifest in flesh so that you can see God, a God that you can comprehend, a God that you can understand. That's what Jesus is. He's the light of this world. He says, if you have seen me, you have seen the Father. And then when he goes to ascend into heaven, what does he tell us? As Christians, he says, you are the light of the world. My friends, you and I need to make sure that as light bulbs, we are plugged into the electricity of the Spirit of God, that we can shine bright in this world.
What a load of shit.
I know.
That when people
it's just like, basically, he's like, he takes pride in being able to sling bullshit faster than other people. Instead of the slow and steady, just, throwing shovelful after shovelful of bullshit in your face. He's got like a fucking a rapid fire shit spewing cannon that's just like bullshit. It's amazing.
An auctioneer of bullshit, you might say.
God.
Yeah.
God bless. Have a great day. Please take a moment if you agree with.
All right.
I don't agree with you. I mean, what you said made no sense. I mean, I guess if I already just believed in God and I was looking for some pseudo-scientific reason to justify it, I'd have been like, wow, thumbs up.
Yeah.
All right. Here's
So
a
many
video.
idiots after.
Here's an important video message from the biological father of Jesus Christ.
Finally. Awesome.
Hello, everyone in the multiverse and beyond. This is your friend forever, Evan LeFavor, with an important video. Today, we're going to be discussing the truth about the fact that Santa Claus and Christmas, all of our Christmas traditions, are all based around shamanistic, psychedelic mushroom culture.
Finally, someone reasonable.
Yeah, I know.
That makes sense to me. That other shit that other guy was saying, totally false. But this makes sense. This is logical.
I wish
I'm sure our resident scientist would have no problem with that.
I wish he was right, though.
I like this guy. I like Evan LeFavor. He's our friend forever.
Every time.
Sorry.
Oh, no, it's all right. I was just going to say, everything Evan LeFavor says I wish was true.
Yeah, I know, me too. That would be the best word ever.
If I could be eating shrooms right now, I seriously would be.
Everything about Santa Claus and our Christmas traditions has to do with tripping on psychedelic mushrooms. All right? So, in order to explain this to you a little deeper, I have to tell you that what would happen back in the day, before we had Christmas, the way we would celebrate Christmas is a shaman, the village shaman, would dress up like Santa Claus, all right, with the red hat and the red suit with the white ball on the top of the hat and white on the suit.
Yeah. Describe it in more detail for us, Evan.
The psychedelic mushroom.
Yeah, I'm not sure
All right?
what Santa Claus
Because
is
there's
supposed
a
to look like, so I really need this helpful description.
Psychedelic mushroom that looks like the mushrooms you see in Alice in Wonderland and stuff like that. They look like they're out of a fantasy book because they're colorful, they're bright, they're spotted, and they're big. And if you eat them, you will trip. They are psychedelic mushrooms.
Awesome.
All right. And what this shaman would do is the shaman would go around the forest searching for these psychedelic mushrooms. And when they would find them under the trees.
I think he's talking about Patrick Coleman.
That would make a resemblance of sense.
Yeah.
They would.
I haven't heard about Patrick Coleman in a while. Is he still around and
Yeah,
kicking?
he's still around. It's just I haven't found a very compelling video of his in a while.
Oh, okay. Yeah, fair enough.
He stopped talking about like all the really crazy shit after we had him on. Now he just talks about like supernatural stuff, but he doesn't talk about being kidnapped by men in black, and that kind of shit.
Don't worry, I'm sure. I'm sure, he'll fall off his medication, and then we'll get some real interesting ones.
Yeah, I think for a while he was like an inpatient at like some sort of hospital. Anyway,
and they got him 20% more sane.
Anyway,
and it got boring.
I agree with Evan, and I wish that we all had shrooms in our stockings on Christmas morning. We've had some interesting private shows because of that kind of shit. By the way, everybody, if you'd like to see the August private show, it's available on our Vimeo On Demand site. Link in the description if you'd like to see that. The private shows are very interesting, so check it out.
It's beginning to look a lot like Shroom's mess.
All right.
I love the description of Santa, though. It's like no one knows what Santa looks like. Got to know more. Did his belly shake when he laughed? It's like a bowl full of jelly. Did that happen?
I don't know. These colorful mushrooms. They come in red, yellow,
red, orange, blue,
purple,
green.
They would take these mushrooms and the shaman would put them up in the tree, hang them in the tree, and the sun would shine down on the tree and dry the mushrooms. That is where we get our tradition, our Christmas tradition of decorating the Christmas tree. Because the shaman
How did we fall
would
so far from the origins of Christmas?
I don't know.
Christmas must be a lot cooler.
We need to go back to the traditional way that Christmas was celebrated.
Or the orgies, like Pat Robertson said,
Yeah, they got orgies and stuff, wasn't so bad.
Pagans. They hung shrooms from a tree, and then they fucked until the shrooms dried. And then they took the shrooms, and they fucked some more. And that was Christmas.
It's gone downhill ever since.
All right. I think we can move on. Here's a video that Brett Keane made. It looks like it's a tribute to Evander Holyfield.
Sweet.
It's called Evander Holyfield, Champion of God.
Champion of God. Everyone go check out Justin Keane. Maybe he's not quite the piece of shit his brother is.
Yeah. I mean, he's all right. All right, here's the intro.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Brett Keane from
God TV Radio. Make sure you check out my gaming channel, Games You Love.
And when you get a chance, check out God TV Radio International, as well as my website, godtvradio.com. I will not be promoting Brett Keane's Superstar channel for a while. Atheists have been attacking it repeatedly. I find it ironic that...
You ever notice anything that's going wrong?
Atheist did it. Snowball
atheists.
did it. It was Snowball. That's an Animal Farm.
Atheists
It's like
feel
Trump
that they can
blaming everything on immigrants.
steal our content as God believers, post it on their YouTube channels, make money off of it, while at the same time mocking and abusing and insulting.
I wonder who he's talking about. Hold on, who's he talking about?
The Drunken Peasants.
The Drunken Peasants. We stole his content. Actually,
Yeah,
it's called
sure.
Right. You might want to look into that.
Do you realize that probably like 75% of your views come from our audience, Brett?
I would say 99%.
You should blow us.
Like you should be licking my fucking hemorrhoided asshole right now, Brett. You should lick the fucking special analgesic fucking cream and shit. You should be licking that up.
Jews and anyone out there that believes on a god or has a particular
You should be
faith
sucking
of
my
religion,
fucking toes.
it's okay for them to do it, but the moment that you get in the ring with them and you take them on and you destroy them
Take
over
them
and over,
on.
which I am literally undefeated.
Wow.
God. That
Oh,
was
no,
awesome.
I'd say he got his ass kicked pretty thoroughly the last time he was on here.
my God, what a fucking idiot. Undefeated, just like G-Man, right? Yeah.
It is exactly like G-Man.
No one ever gets one over on old Brett.
I have never been destroyed in a debate by any kind of atheist out there. There's atheists have taken pop shots at me. There's
Pop
atheists that have
shots?
stressed-
You said pop shots. You didn't even say pot shots.
Is that like I open a can of Coke and pour it into a shot glass and drink it?
Yeah, I
Pop
guess
shots.
it is. Atheists keep taking their pop rocks at me, but they ain't gonna ever defeatilize the Keenster, you know.
The Keenmeister.
Keenmeister.
But they've never defeated me in any kind of debate. Now, some of them out there will claim that they won, just as Mike Tyson bit the ear off even Holyfield here. Even
Holyfield? His name is Even Holyfield. Try again, Brett. Try again.
Dude, he should kick your ass just for saying his name wrong. Oh, that would be awesome. Because even in his advanced years, Evander Holyfield would kick the shit out of Brett Keane.
10 times out of 10.
Or Holyfield. Mike Tyson might feel in the back of his mind that he was a champ and a winner.
He was a champ and a winner. He was.
Yeah. Not in that fight, but...
No. But he was at one time. He was hands down the best boxer at one time. Evander Holyfield was better at the time that they fought, for sure. They fought twice. So
doing that, but it was cowardly. Anybody can hit below the belt. Anybody can commit fouls. But not everybody can have a victory. Not everybody can win. I'm not a big-time boxer fan. In fact...
You mean boxing, right? I'm not a big-time boxer
he wears,
fan.
he's saying he's a briefs guy. That's what he's saying.
He's a box
not
fan.
a big-time boxer situation.
No, he's a box fan. You know, those like little fans.
Yeah.
In the boxes, yeah.
He's an actual box fan, yes.
Yeah, I've never been a box fan.
I don't really like to watch sports at all. I'm not one of those type of guys that likes to sit in front of the television with a beer in one hand, the remote control in the other, and watch.
No, you're one of those kind of guys that does that with the internet, only instead of a beer in one hand and a remote in the other, it's, you know, your dick in one hand, and I don't even know what's in the other one. Probably just typing. Yeah, a big bowl of mac and cheese. And then occasionally you'll take your hand off your dick to shovel more of it in your mouth.
It's a box fan.
Or does Dawn do that for you? Maybe Dawn just sits there with a spoon. Here comes the airplane, Brett.
I don't enjoy watching football. I don't enjoy watching baseball. I don't like boxing. The idea of two men getting into the ring and beating each other half to death in order to win a fight.
Okay, if it was half to death, they wouldn't be doing it.
Yeah, that would be illegal.
It does not happen. I mean, like, it has happened. People have died in a boxing ring, but it doesn't happen that often. I mean, it's a very controlled environment.
Yeah, there's like controls against that sort of thing.
Yep.
But I guess he said he's not a fan, so how would he even know?
So why the fuck is he talking about it?
Yeah, like, you know, if you're going to use something for an analogy, you might want to have like at least you might want to know enough, like before you say like Holyfield is God's champion, you might want to know that his name is not Even Holyfield.
Yeah.
Nothing to me. Just as the gladiators back then when they fought each other to the death.
They were slaves. These guys are making millions of dollars to fight. Even the loser makes part of the money.
Yeah, slight difference. Very slight,
it's
but
a
you know,
giant
worth
difference.
noting. Worth noting. No, you know, slave, millionaire, kind of all really equals the same.
Right.
Although I respected their ability and their power, I always felt like it was something that was unnecessary, just as unnecessary as golf, taking a crooked stick and hitting a ball down a field and trying to make it into a little tiny hole, and trying not to get your hand bit off by a crocodile whenever you get it into a lake or a pond. Kind of reminds me of Happy Gilmore, Adam Sandler.
Happy Gilmore, Adam Sandler.
So,
are crocodiles in the golf course ponds?
Maybe in Florida. Well, you know.
No.
Well, it would be alligators. It wouldn't be crocodiles.
Still hardcore. I
Yeah,
did
like
not
down.
know there was that element of danger.
Yeah, I guess like down in South Florida, you'd see that kind of shit because there's like the Everglades and shit down there. But that's about it.
Sweet.
But there was something interesting that happened to me today, and I felt like God moved me to look at something I normally don't look at. I was going through Netflix, and I noticed that there was a video based upon champs of old as well as new. And I felt like, well, I've seen about damn near everything on Netflix, all the movies they put on there from 1980, and I grew up in the 80s. I was born in 1976, so...
Oh my God. Okay, so how old is he? 1976. Someone do the math really quick.
That's all 40, 41.
So he's only 41?
39 decimal. Yeah.
Oh my God, he's not even 40. He's not even 40.
Yeah, but it looks like he's 50.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
He looks like he's at least 50. If someone told me Rakim was 56, I wouldn't even flinch.
If he's 39, that means him and I could have went to high school at the same time.
Yeah, Ben, see how much worse your life could be?
Fuck, I could look so much older.
I was
imagine if
movie.
if just you went prematurely like gray like him, you know?
Yeah, it's true.
You have like pure white looking hair and like that salt and pepper facial hair. You'd look pretty old, but not as old. Still not as old as him, I don't think.
No.
So I felt like, man, I need something to do. I can either play The Sims or play Fallout 4 or watch this. I didn't expect much. I didn't think I was going to see anything worthwhile. You know, it's funny. I don't like watching sports, but I am a big fan of Rocky Balboa. I do like watching the Rocky movies, but I know that.
Well, that's not a sport. That's a choreographed boxing match.
Yeah, that's a movie. It's kind of different. Whatever.
It makes him that makes him an expert. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Why didn't you know what? The kind of begs the question: why didn't he make a movie? Why didn't he make Rocky Balboa God's champion? I mean, Stallone even believes in that shit, just like him. So he could have been like, yeah, there's all kinds of good moral messages in Rocky, and a lot of atheists try to attack me, like Clubber Lang in Rocky III. Ivan Drago and they're assholes, and blah blah blah. We could have, then I could be a scary Russian, and Ben, you could be a surly black guy, and
I pity the fool. That your woman, Balboa? Come over to my house later. I'll show you what a real man do.
Apparently, Stallone is making another boxing movie with Michael Jordan in it. I don't know if you guys knew about that. Yeah, I saw the poster for that when I went to see Star Wars the other day.
Okay.
Should be interesting.
Yeah, it's Creed.
Oh,
yeah, that's
Michael
the one.
Jordan?
Yeah,
Michael Jordan is in Creed. I didn't know.
The one that was on the Fantastic Four movie, not Michael Jordan.
Oh, okay.
Oh, right. I get that. Oh,
I thought you meant the basketball player. I'm like, really?
Yeah,
yeah.
That's what I thought.
I didn't know there was even another Michael Jordan. So, I mean, I guess I did know there was other Michael Jordans. I didn't know there was any other famous Michael Jordans.
It's probably a pretty common name overall.
Yeah, it doesn't really. It's not that crazy.
That ruins the story.
Sport. I just think that Sylvester Stallone taking 100 hits to the head and still kicking ass is kind of cool.
That's because it's fake.
I kind of feel like Rocky Balboa sometimes. I take the hits and I keep on coming.
Those boxing...
Oh, my God. No, you're not like Rocky. Okay, let me explain.
Sequences... Go on, TJ. Sorry.
No, I just want to explain to Brett the differences between him and Rocky Balboa. Rocky Balboa as a character, I mean, you're probably about as dumb as Rocky. I agree with you there.
Hey,
but see,
I don't know, hey.
His whole thing is like he's good-hearted and nice to people. Your thing is that you're a scummy piece of shit.
Yeah.
So you see right there, pretty big chasm of difference between the two of them. Like Rocky Balboa would never go on the internet and make video after 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 video about how someone who he thinks wronged him fucking 8 years ago is a piece of shit. Like he wouldn't do that. You would do that, Brett, because you're a piece of shit.
Brett's like, Dorn, I did it.
You're Dorn.
Dorn.
Only if maybe after he takes a shit. After 3 days,
he needs a
constipated or
squatty
something.
potty. It goes back to the squatty potty.
We did it! Yeah.
I would like to think of myself as more articulate than Rocky Balboa, though.
Ha! Did you?
No.
He said he wants to think of himself as more articulate than Rocky.
Yeah.
I'd say about the same.
Yeah.
Maybe you're a little worse, actually.
I don't
so
know,
what I
know.
discovered was
Hey.
Mike Tyson was considered a champion. People loved him. They thought he was great. But at the same time, Mike Tyson...
He wasn't fucking considered a champion. He was the champion.
Yeah, he was the undisputed champion. He had all the major titles in his weight class.
He didn't do that just because people perceived him that way. He did that because he actually fucking did that. You stupid fuck.
Played kind of the heel. What he was doing in the ring was real. It wasn't predetermined or fake.
Right.
But there was a dark side to Mike Tyson, and that dark side attracted people. People appealed to it.
You mean it appealed to people, right? Not people
Yeah,
appealed to it.
People appealed to it. Much in the way, a fucking chocolate milkshake drinks you, you know? He was doing one of those Russian
Soviet
jokes,
Russia.
man.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yet on the other
In
hand,
Soviet Russia, boxer appeals to you, or no, you appeal to boxer.
Man
I don't
who
get
was
it.
working his way up. He was a great athlete, a great boxer. He was great at everything he did.
And a big old
but the public
slog.
didn't care for him because he was a man who was religious, who believed in God. His name was actually Holyfield. Get it? Holyfield.
Oh God.
And he just wasn't getting any
He
kind of
chose
bites.
that last name.
Yeah.
Brett. No one was out there like, we don't like Evander Holyfield because he's religious. I didn't even know the fucker was religious.
Yeah. No one gave a fuck. We just watched him box.
Yeah, like Mike Tyson was interesting outside of the ring as well as inside the ring because Mike Tyson is a fucking character. No one looks at Evander Holyfield is not a character. He's just a guy who happens to be really good at boxing.
Yes, and I never heard him get religious, when it was related to boxing.
I never knew the fucker was religious until this video. I mean,
Yeah, he
assuming
didn't
Greg
flaunt
even
it.
knows what he's fucking talking about.
I'm guessing maybe Holyfield is religious, but he didn't flaunt
Sure,
it.
plenty of professional athletes are religious.
Sure.
I mean, good chance. Most people in America are religious.
Public didn't care for him. They didn't respect him. No matter how hard he worked, it just didn't seem like anyone.
What are you
ever
talking about? Nobody
noticed the
respected
light
him.
that came off
That's
of
so
him that
silly.
illuminated the room whenever he walked.
When you have the title, you're respected. I mean, like especially when you defend it over and over and over again, and you beat the shit out of Mike Tyson twice. I would say you're respected at that point.
Yeah, I don't remember anyone being like, fuck Holyfield, I don't respect him.
Yeah, he's making shit up here.
Some of the public claimed that he was just too nice. He was too kind. He was too good. Too compassionate.
No one said these
too,
things.
How shall I say? Fair play. Mike Tyson, however, went to prison for rape. He got in trouble for many assaults. He got in trouble for a lot of different bullshit. But Mike Tyson, for some reason, the public loved him. They just felt like when this guy got in the ring, he destroyed, he killed. And they liked that about him. They liked that he was this guy who was immortal, bigger than life, and the media plugged him as invincible. They even called him Iron Mike.
Okay.
And this is all that I learned from actually watching.
And they called Holyfield like the real deal. Everyone has, their moniker.
Yeah, you think you'd know that just from being a Rocky fan. The Italian Stallion.
Yeah.
Yeah, boxers, a lot of them, fighters in general, a lot of them have these stupid names they make up for themselves or that get made up for them. That doesn't mean anything. There was an Iron Mike. There's probably about a fucking million different. You could probably look at today's fighters. I don't know. I'm not really into boxing too much, but
even MMA. Like Ronda Rousey. She's Rowdy Ronda Rousey.
Yeah, they got that shit. People fucking always are making that shit up. So what's the point?
I was aware of Mike Tyson's existence long ago. It's just I never really gave a damn to watch the fights. I did see a couple Mike Tyson fights a while back where he took guys out in like the first round.
Yeah, I mean, he took people out in like 30 seconds. Tyson versus Michael Spinks. Everyone should check that out. It's a pretty badass knockout.
And I don't know how anybody would want to spend hundreds of dollars just so they can see a guy knock another
Hundreds
guy's
of
ass out
dollars?
in less
Well, I
than a
guess
minute.
if you're
But
sitting there
I guess
live,
there's people
hundreds of
like that
dollars.
that got the money and the time to do that. So what happens is this man of God, he continues to work his way up, and the entire public and the media, they're saying, even though Holyfield's won the championship, that he will never be considered a real champion unless he beats Mike Tyson.
Yeah, I mean, that happens in boxing when you have two extremely good boxers that never fought each other. Everyone wants to know who the better of the two are or is. So, I mean, that happens all the time. That happened with Pacquiao and Mayweather.
And that was disappointing as fuck.
Yeah.
Unless he beats the bad guy. Mike Tyson even gained a reputation, a name of being the bully in the ring. He just comes in there and beats your ass. But
How unusual
was
for a
this guy who
boxer.
was going to church. He was believing in God and talking about how he loved his mother and his family, and he didn't have a bad bone in his body. He wasn't getting out on the camera and threatening to whoop people's ass or kill people. In fact, he would literally
I mean, part of it is psychological warfare. You know, if you go into a sport like this and the other person's legitimately afraid of you, then you have an advantage. Simple as that.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's part of, like, the psych out and shit, you know? Make your opponent fucking scared of you before they've even stepped in the ring with you. You got to win the psychological game. That was part of Mike Tyson's strategy.
Absolutely.
Now, I don't remember enough about Holyfield to remember whether it was part of his strategy or not. I'm not going to take Brett Keene's word for it on anything because, you know, he just spews totally bullshit inaccuracies left and right. But
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I was just going to say, someone in the chat said Ronda Rousey only adopted the rowdy Ronda Rousey after Piper died. That's not true at all. She actually contacted Piper to get permission to use it while Piper was still alive.
So you're full
Piper
of
was
shit.
his dad's
Random
friend or
person
something.
in the chat.
Wasn't he?
I don't know about that, but I know that they knew each other.
Yeah.
She was rowdy Ronda Rousey before that. So fuck off. Fuck off, bitch. All right, we're going to move on. Where are we? Okay. I have a Christmas Story of Jesus. I don't even know what this is. Let's just try it out and see.
Hello, this is Diana. And I wanted to tell you a little about the story of Christmas.
Someone sent this to me. I don't know.
The Intergalactic Council realized that there was very little love energy on Earth and they wanted to increase it.
Yeah, I like it already.
Also,
sounds right.
They
Is this
were
the British Gale?
It sounds like it.
planning the start of the new golden age starting 2,000 years later in 2032. So they looked for a master who had already proven his worth. And they chose Jesus. Now,
Oh my god, you guys in the chat room will fuck anybody. Seriously.
What? Are they saying they'd fuck her or something?
Yeah. Yes.
Someone's saying Scales mom.
Oh
Yes.
my god. Come on.
Come on, guys. Really? Really?
You get, even you guys can do better, I promise.
Low standards, man.
Even you guys.
Jesus' grandfather was Joachim. He was the high priest of the temple of Helios, and he was an Essene and a highly evolved, very pure man. When his wife Anna gave birth to a girl, they called her Mary, and they dedicated her as a dove in the temple. Now, this meant that she would be kept very pure. In fact, she was only allowed to walk on a white cloth for the first 4 years.
Okay. I mean, what?
That's awesome.
What
I'm
is
really
going
distracted by that flower, the red leaves on the right over there.
Yeah, it's a
I'm not even paying
poinsettia.
attention to.
Yeah, it's a poinsettia there. I wonder if that comes into the story. I mean, you know, I wonder, like when she's sitting here spewing this shit, like, does she believe this? Is this just some shit she knows people like us will be watching? Like, what the
Yeah.
fuck?
She's
Something
probably
about
too clever for us. It's like
an
planned this. Like,
intergalactic
some idiots on the
council.
internet will watch this and comment. Sorry, go ahead, man.
She needs to
Oh, just-
pass her own conspiracy law, just like Gail.
Yeah, what if they conflict with each other? We'd have an intergalactic war between, you know, the Church of Gail and her men and this woman's intergalactic council.
That'll be exciting.
I wonder where Gail stands on the Intergalactic Council. You know, we got to figure this stuff out.
Mustn't touch the earth as a symbol of her purity. She also received huge
Mustn't touch the
cosmic
earth made by
awareness
God
training
and shit.
in the temple.
That would be
And so
bad for some
Mary
reason.
was a
Much better to
highly
touch white
evolved
cloth.
girl who had mystic visions and who was clearly very pure and prepared for a great future. And she gave virgin birth to Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
The birth took place in one of the Essene grottos. It was much later that the church fathers decided to call it a manger. The grottos had 10 to 20 rooms. They were dry, they had fresh water, and they were safe from attack from the Bedouins. So she gave birth here. Now, this mighty event was known about and planned. There were 3 wise men, and they were known now as Lord Cthulhu, Elmoira.
I thought she was going to say Cthulhu for a second.
Yeah.
Lord Cthulhu was one of the wise men.
Yeah.
Oh, that would have been awesome.
And they were great mage. They divined through astrology where the star was going to appear.
All right. Yeah, I think I'm going to cut this short. But
I mean,
yes.
she's obviously crazy, but you know, as we know, crazy doesn't always translate to entertaining.
No, sounded like a nice lullaby.
There's this guy that made a video, and it's called "Why I Walked Out of Star Wars: The Force Awakens."
Okay.
What?
You want to see that?
Yeah.
Soon as I saw there was blacks in it, I'm like, fuck this. Calrissian was enough.
It's a red pill.
Oh, okay.
All right,
so it's
so
going to be
why
because
I walked out.
he's going to walk out because the main fucking protagonist is a girl, obviously.
Of Star Wars: The Force Awakens. I literally just left the theater, 3D glasses as you can see. Halfway through the film, it was horrible in my opinion. I mean, it wasn't the worst thing ever, but it just felt fake. And I guess there's a few primary reasons why.
Felt fake.
I
It
thought
is
the movie
fake.
was trash. All right, one of the reasons was that it was uninspired shit, and it was probably made to make Hollywood executives rich.
Of course it was.
Yeah, that's why they make movies. Why do you think no one makes a fucking, you know, $300 million blockbuster movie that they paid $4 billion for the rights to,
right?
Because they don't want to make a fucking big shit ton of money. Of course, that's why it was made.
They purchased the franchise. You think they did that just to like sit on it?
They did it just so they could tell a story. They just pure love of storytelling, no financial incentive whatsoever.
And not made because some director or writer was genuinely inspired by
Scrooge
creativity to come up with the plots for these new films. Another reason
Okay,
is
I mean, I gotta call bullshit on that. J.J. Abrams clearly had a profound love for fucking Star Wars, and it totally transfers to the screen how he feels.
politically correct, feminist, female empowerment propaganda. You don't
Yeah.
have to guess.
Okay, so
too
there's your
hard
real prop.
to
No, let him go.
Yeah, you called it.
come to the conclusion that maybe Disney executives who purchased the Star Wars franchise had money on their mind and not so much
Mind on their money.
creativity and a genuine passion to create something amazing. You know, this happens too often in movies nowadays. Why do you think it is that so many film franchises are being recycled over and over again? Old franchises from 10, 20, 30 years ago are being remade. That's like all you see now are remakes.
Okay.
It's pathetic.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, the reason-
I agree. I agree. There's too many remakes. But I mean, that's literally always happened. You know, it's like if you go look at like the history of a movie for like King Kong, you know, it was made in the 30s.
Dracula.
It was remade in the 70s. It was remade in the I think it might have been remade again in the 80s.
That's how
70s
Dracula
or
was,
80s.
too.
Yeah, Dracula. How many fucking incarnations of Dracula have there been? How many fucking Dracula movies? People have always done this, you know? There's plenty of new stories that come out, but a lot of times they just don't get people to support them because people don't really want to try something new. But the prevalence of reboots has nothing to do with your insistence that this movie is feminist propaganda. As far as I can see, the only way in which you could construe it as feminist propaganda is if you just say any movie that has a female main character that's an action movie or something like that is automatically feminist propaganda. That's the only fucking way. Unless you have something else tangible to offer up, which you probably...
But we also live in an age of Hollywood movie directors and studios who just want to make a ton of money off some blockbuster hit.
Probably don't, because you're one of these red pill assholes.
Why is because we live in an age of creative bankruptcy. We live in an age of creative bankruptcy. Force these fucking movies out. They look all nice and flashy. Anybody can make computer graphics look flashy and cool.
Anybody can do it, huh? So you could do it, right? When's your Star Wars-esque motion picture coming out? Since anybody can do that. And I mean, of course everybody can't do that. I can't tell you how many times I've gone to movies and thought the special effects were dog shit. The special effects in the prequels, to my eye, look like dog shit. I thought the special effects in Jurassic World looked like dog shit. And by the way, the guy that directed Jurassic World is directing the third Star Wars movie in this franchise.
Really?
So I don't know. Might be a sad day, but you know, hopefully he'll up his game like JJ did. But man, there's plenty of examples of bad special effects coming from major studios. It's not just something anybody can make it look good. That's horse shit.
Yeah.
A passion-driven story that animates the CGI, that animates the stuff that's happening on screen. So apparently,
Okay, well, here's the problem. If you weren't such a fucking misogynist, fucking bigot piece of shit, you would have noticed that there actually were good characters that move the story along. But since one of them is a fucking girl and the other one's black, you're just like, oh, there's no good characters. It's like, why don't you look past their superficial fucking traits to what they're actually about? You stupid fuck. How about that?
Or at least the co-main character is a chick. Nothing wrong with that. She's a pretty girl, and she's also apparently like the ultimate mechanic wizard. She apparently knows everything there is to know about mechanics.
I wouldn't say she's the ultimate mechanic wizard. She's on a planet where the only way to make money is to salvage and scrap. So yeah, she probably knows a thing or two, dipshit.
Also, I mean, doesn't it seem... Should I do spoilers now or no?
I don't know.
I would say no. Never mind.
All right, I guess we can back away from that.
Which is a possibility. It's totally fine. I mean, usually pretty women don't become mechanics, but okay. But what really put it over the edge was when she's in the Millennium Falcon with Han Solo. All right, the master of the ship. If anybody knows how the fucking Millennium Falcon works, it's Han fucking Solo who's been flying it for like 40, 50 years or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's this part where they're trying to fix the ship. They're trying to get away. And the girl figures out how to fix the stupid fucking Millennium Falcon. And Han Solo is just standing there flabbergasted because the empowered female character knows how to fix the fucking ship. And it was even worse before that. When the girl meets the black dude, the co-main star of the movie, they're trying to get away from like stormtroopers and shit. So he's hell-bent on grabbing her by the hand
it's
and leading
Ray
her
and
to
Finn.
safety.
It's not that
so
hard.
he grabs her by the hand and she doesn't like it.
I mean, doesn't he understand what foreshadowing is?
Yeah, I guess he doesn't. I mean, look, let's be real here. All of his criticism is illegitimate. He's just looking for excuses so he can hate the fact that it was a girl cast. That's all. You know, none of this other shit he's saying, all this is just bullshit. This is just, you know, he could be saying any fucking horse shit right
I
here.
mean, she's not a good mechanic because it's feminism. She's a good mechanic because it's relevant to the story.
Right, and the reason that she fucking does that shit with the Millennium Falcon is because there's a very obvious fucking thing going on in the movie, which is passing of the torch from old cast to new cast. That's the whole joke there. It's that, hey, these young upstarts, I'm old and crusty Han Solo, but these young upstarts, now they're starting to come into their own and shit. That's the fucking story, you dipshit. It has nothing to do with she's an empowered female and he's a white man and she knew better in this one instance, so therefore the movie is, you know, attacking my masculinity or some shit. You're such a fucking crybaby. Let me ask you a question. If you hate women so much, why are you crying like a bitch right now? That's my fucking question to you. Why are you crying like a little bitch because you saw something in a movie you don't like? I mean, you're basically Anita Sarkeesianing up right now. That's what you're fucking doing. I saw something in a movie and I've decided to interpret it in a way that offends me, so wah! Well, fuck you. Fuck you to death.
It's exactly like that.
Bitch.
Both sides are becoming more and more like each other at this point, and
yeah,
they
this
basically
motherfucker
have the same arguments from the opposite sides.
This piece of shit is just Anita Sarkeesian with a fucking beard. That's all he fucking is.
Yeah.
He can go fuck himself.
She doesn't like that she's being led around by a man. She's like, stop holding my hand. I don't need you to hold my hand. And it's just all this like, I'm an independent, empowered woman. I don't need no man.
She didn't say that.
She didn't say anything like that.
No.
You're reading way too much into shit. You're so fucking stupid. It's ridiculous. You sound like a moron. Actually, I'm saying you don't sound like a moron. You are a moron. What am I saying?
In fact, she shows the desire to keep him around. Like she needs his help.
Yeah, I mean, like at first when she didn't know him and he kept grabbing her by the hand and dragging her place, she's like, "Who the fuck are you?
Right.
Yeah.
Leave me alone." When she actually knew him and what he was about, it was like a close bond and friendship where they both recognized the value of each other.
I guess he wouldn't know that because he walked out of the fucking movie.
Yeah, not from a male-female dichotomy, but just as one character to another. Mutual fucking respect that exists between them. You stupid shit.
Bullshit. It's just so stupid to me. I can't watch politically correct movies. But really, probably the fundamental problem with this movie, putting aside the feminist propaganda nonsense.
Okay. Putting aside.
It's just the fact that it feels really uninspired. We live in an age of creative bankruptcy, and these fucking money-hungry studios just want to make more cash, and they pump out these overhyped pieces of crap. The movie felt...
Hold on. Jesus fucking Christ. This movie was not pumped out. They fucking built giant elaborate sets. They got one of the top fucking directors in Hollywood. They clearly spent a long fucking time. They got one of the original writers from the original Star Wars trilogy, the guy who fucking wrote Empire Strikes Back. They got him back. And they sat down and planned out the entire fucking trilogy. This was a carefully made fucking film. You can like it or dislike it, but to say it's lazy or pumped out is just inaccurate.
Dude, Mark Hamill lost like 100 fucking pounds to be in this movie.
And Carrie Fisher lost like 200.
Yeah, they both did.
She was looking more like Jabba than Slave Leia.
Lacked creative inspiration. This does not surprise me. I had a feeling it was going to be like this, and that's what it turned out to be. Is it a fun movie? Yeah, it's kind of fun, but it absolutely lacks the sort of creative inspiration that was at the heart of the originals, which made the originals so great. And people don't seem to understand that.
No,
you can't.
You're full of shit. You're full of shit. Shut up. You're dog shit. What's this music playing anyway? Get this guy off my screen.
I don't know. All right. Here's a feminist Star Wars video.
Oh, great.
5 things you should never say to a female Star Wars fan.
I'm gonna remind me to say them all.
All right. So we're gonna want to pause this one often. So feel free to just blurt out whenever you want to say something. Okay.
Gotcha.
All right.
Look, it's 2015, and the new Star Wars hero is a badass lady. And for decades, millions of women across the world have loved these movies. Can you?
I like how we're seeing both
pretty
sides.
big in those shirts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be a real
And that
Star
Empire
Wars fan
Strikes
if you're a
Back shirt.
woman? Is Hoth cold? Is Darth Vader Luke's dad?
Can you blow up the Death Star with 2 shots to the exhaust port? Yeah, you can.
It's time to cut the crap.
5 things you should never
Do you
say.
really love
to a
Star
female
Wars?
Star
Yes.
Wars fan.
Yeah. So the first question is, can you really love Star Wars? Like, have you ever fucking thought for a second that just because someone's female, they can't like Star Wars?
Who even says that? I've never.
I know.
Who the fuck? I mean, like, this is your typical like feminism, like refuting men that don't exist bullshit. Like, even that moron we just watched a second ago wouldn't ask that fucking question.
Yeah.
Do you really like Star Wars? I see you
I'm
have
convinced.
a vagina, so I'm kind of skeptical.
I'm convinced that these feminists live in their own universe.
I really love Star
Where things
Wars.
are
Why
different.
wouldn't I love an epic space opera that chronicles the existential crisis that cripples a young man when he finds out his father is the enemy he's been fighting all along?
When I watch Star Wars, the Force is strong with me.
It's a American classic.
You don't look like a Star Wars fan.
What does a Star Wars fan look like anyway?
Wait, hold on. That's just a variation on the first thing. It's the
Yeah,
same
it
thing
is.
again. You don't look like a Star Wars fan. Maybe there's. What if it's not? I mean, like, what if someone says that to you, but it's not because you're a woman? What if you just don't look like nerdy enough or something? Is that?
I
mean,
think everyone is pretty much a Star Wars fan at this point. You don't really need to.
Yeah, like
need
most
to be
most
nerdy
people see.
even.
Yeah, most people like to be Star Wars. I mean, I'm saying like someone who's like a total outsider to it, or just
Yeah,
because you still
sure.
see that shit. Like we were watching on Fox News or some shit a few weeks back. Some chick like Star Wars fans are a bunch of geeks. And it's so lame. Like, Star Wars is stupid.
Wow.
Because I have a makeup collection that could rival Queen Amidala's doesn't mean I can't be a Star Wars nerd. I don't need to cut my hand off with a lightsaber to prove my devotion to you. Seriously, that happens like 15 times in the movies.
Hold on. No one. But even if someone says you don't look like a Star Wars fan, couldn't you just be like, fuck you, I am?
Yeah.
No lightsaber.
No, they have to
shit
make a
is
video
required.
about it.
Okay.
Did your boyfriend get you into Star Wars? Nope. My boyfriend's actually more of a Batman type. I can't really get into Arkham Asylum, although I think
Wait, hold on.
Hamilton.
I'm sorry. Is there some kind of weird dichotomy where if you like Batman, you don't like Star Wars or something? Wouldn't it make more sense to say he's more of like a Star Trek type? Because then there's actually like, an antagonism and rivalry there.
Most Star Trek fans like Star Wars, though.
Sure, but I mean, but at least that makes more sense as a reference than he's more into Batman. It's like, okay, so is he so into Batman he doesn't even have time for Star Wars? Because then he's probably a little too much into Batman.
Excellent job as the Joker. I prefer seeing him with a lightsaber.
Even if my boyfriend did get me into Star Wars, it doesn't make me any less of a fan.
Your introduction to the Force does not define your
I
legitimacy.
don't know if that was implied just by that being asked.
Yeah.
Princess Leia is your favorite character. Just because I'm a woman, it doesn't mean that my favorite Star Wars character has to
Okay,
also
let's
be
clear
a
it
woman.
up. Let's clear it up here. Princess Leia is no one's favorite character.
No.
I
That's a good
mean,
point.
I've never. I mean, maybe someone somewhere. I've never met anyone ever that was. I mean, I've never met anyone who really hates Princess Leia, but I've never met anyone who's like, "Fuck yeah, Princess Leia. That's my favorite character."
Yeah.
And even if Leia was my favorite, there's absolutely nothing wrong with me relating to the only major female character in the original movies, because I also happen to have a vagina. But real talk, if Han Solo's not your favorite character, we can't be friends.
Obi-Wan, forever.
Did you get your Star Wars shirt at Forever 21?
So what if I did? Do you know how hard it is to find a shirt that fits my 36 double D?
Okay, so
There you
once
go,
again,
TJ.
yeah, once again. I mean, now I don't even feel bad because she's drawing attention to her tits. They are pretty big. But, no, I mean, like, once again, feminists bitching about, things no one has ever said. And even if someone has said it, it's obvious, it's not common. And
people in the patriarchy say this shit all the time, TJ. All the time.
I mean, that almost sounds like something a fucking another woman would say, because that's how catty it is. Like, you get your Star Wars shirt at Forever 21. Ooh, snap. It's like,
Tauntauns and proclaims my love for Sith Lords. FYI, it's possible for a woman to know the difference between Endor and Alderaan and still know how to walk in heels. This is not an attention-grabbing throwback.
This is literally nothing I've ever wondered or need to be taught by anyone.
Yeah, it's like insulting that they're trying to like teach us these lessons or something. It's almost like a woman coming to you and be like, "Here's 5 things men need to stop doing. First of all, don't come into my house and my kitchen and shit on my floor." It's like, I was probably never gonna do that, but thanks for the number 2.
It is exactly like that, yeah.
Never fucking piss in a water balloon and smash it into your face and go, "I'm Colonel Sanders." No! Wasn't gonna do that either.
Deal with it. Bottom line, the Force is a river from which many can drink, and you don't have to be a dude to quench your thirst. More often than not, only women
Never
have to
said you
defend their
did.
fandom. It's time to take a lightsaber
right.
to the glass ceiling of nerd culture.
Okay, you do it. You go, girls. Yeah.
Yeah.
Have fun
The
with that
glass ceiling
retarded shit.
Of nerd culture.
Yeah, man, because, female nerds are held back in their nerddom because they always get passed up for the big nerd promotions and such.
So, once again, we're taking a moment to remind everyone we're doing a meetup in Los Angeles. RSVP at the link below. We're doing it at an actual venue. We'll be on stage doing... It probably won't even... It probably won't even be planned ahead of time. And Paul's Ego will be there. I guess Pimp Monk will be there. So, yeah, a lot of personalities coming together at one
Cult
time.
of personality.
Yes.
There'll be lots of folks. You want to meet the peasants? You want to party with the peasants? Want to drink with the peasants? You got to go. Oh,
yes.
yeah. It's going to be January 15th from 5 to 9 in Los Angeles. Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. So, do you want to do one more, or what sounds good to you?
Yeah, we can kick that. We can kick back one last video before we hit the old dusty trail. If you got something.
Here's a compilation of anti-marijuana ads, I believe out of Australia.
Neat.
Damn Australia.
Okay, time's up. Pens down.
Pens down.
Delilah. Pens down, Delilah.
Is that Chewy? Oh, no. It's
Marijuana turns you into a fucking sloth.
Stay a sloth.
She smoked pan every day. And this was her fate. Don't do it, kids.
I think it's adorable.
Ben's like, who's the furry chick and what's her number?
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Ooh, yeah. Love them sloth girls. They're real easy to catch.
That's her fursona.
Mm-hmm. Remember, kids, being a furry is wrong.
Have you guys seen...
Jason?
Oh.
Could you
There's
pass
more.
the salt, please, darling?
It is kind of true. It is kind of true, depending on the weed that you smoke. It could turn you into a sloth. If you smoke enough of it, but whatever. Is it really that bad? Sloths are nice.
Yeah. Why you dissing on sloths, Australia? Okay, so, all right, weed doesn't turn you into a fucking invalid, all right? Pretty sure you could still pass the salt in relative quickness.
You're right.
The salt. Oh, he passed the lettuce. Ha ha ha. So dumb. Because he smoked weed.
Starting a sloth?
Stout sloth.
Aww.
So I told her she cannot wear socks and sandals out of the house anymore.
That's so funny. What do you think, Dave?
Yeah, man.
These are amusing.
To be honest, I have been in that situation when I was really high. People have asked me questions like that, and I was like,
and you're like,
I don't fucking know, man. What?
Yeah.
Where am I? But I mean, it's fun. It's like,
just leave me alone, man. Fuck.
Fuck you, man.
Trying to sloth out right now.
They just walk away. They see a high guy and like,
that guy didn't laugh at the joke we were all laughing at. Let's go. This party sucks.
What a fucking loser.
Dude looks totally.
What a fucking loser, right, TJ?
Yeah, what a loser.
So TJ, you're gonna take care of your asshole to make sure that you're actually back here for our next show.
I'm working on it, man. I got 4 days to recover, so I should be okay.
All right.
My asshole should be better, hopefully. We'll see.
One last thing before we go that I wanted to talk about was our show on Monday, January 4th. We're going to have one of TJ's favorite people on the show.
Milo Yiannopoulos. He's going to be on the show.
Yeah, should be interesting.
I guess, I don't know how his last name is actually pronounced. Milo Yiannopoulos? Is that how it's said?
That's like Yiannopoulos.
Yiannopoulos? Whatever. He's going to be on the show January 4th. And his Twitter following is always are already telling him, like, take it easy on the Drunken Peasants. They're pretty dumb. They're a bunch of stoner sloths. They just... Milo, you gay? But you don't want to be gay.
Yeah, basically.
What up with that, Milo?
That's what it'll be like. That's what it'll be like when we have him on.
Who is this guy? Has he been on the show before?
He's a gay conservative Christian from Greece that now lives in the UK.
Apparently, he's a total slut and takes cock nonstop, but wishes he wasn't gay. I don't know. It should be interesting. We'll fucking see.
Yeah.
A lot of people like him because he's pretty spot on when it comes to that SJW shit. But then on everything else, he's not really very spot on at all. But we'll talk to him. We'll see. Maybe we'll agree on more than we think. I don't know.
All right.
Anyway, show's over.
Yeah, show is over. Subscribe, like, enjoy your holidays if you celebrate the holidays. We will be back.
Merry Christmas. Or
on Monday.
If you're not a Christian or someone who celebrates Christmas, regardless, Happy Friday.
Yeah. Good night, everybody.
See you later.